It should work now. Sound checking, guys. Let's see. Can you hear me? And is the music too loud? Let me know. I'm just coming in. Hey Kayla, I can hear you now. That's great. That's great. Yeah, the mic wasn't working, but I fixed it. Bobo's in chat. Hello, MJ. What did you think of Swords of Kingdom Hearts 4? I have a lot to say about Kingdom Hearts 4. Hello, I can hear you. Great. Hey, Miss Amelia. How are you doing? Good to see you guys. Yeah, I confused myself while I was setting up because I was fixing the YouTube chat. I can see the YouTube chat again, so if you're coming from YouTube, I'll be able to see any of your comments. What else? Gosh, I had the worst night ever. I think I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep. So, forgive me if I'm a little low energy today, but that is what it is. How are you guys doing? What are you up to this weekend? So music's working, right? You guys can hear the Kingdom Hearts music? This is a new track. Hopefully it's not going to mute my stream. It shouldn't. It says it's it's streamer friendly, so we'll find out, I guess. So YouTube's working. Everything looks good. And I have all my tabs open because this episode of Silver Fangs that we're gonna read today has it is a pretty long one, and there's so much I want to cover. So I had all the tabs open in advance so we can like go through them. So today we're going to be working on this art, which was obviously funded by Ko-fi supporters, which thank you. You guys are amazing. And I already inked the whole thing, which I'll show you now. See? Because I believe we did a lot of line work last time, so I didn't want to have to do that again. And because I have a little bit of a headache, I didn't want line work takes a little bit more focus than like doing flats. So we're just gonna be coloring in today, you know, like a coloring book. We're not gonna do anything like overly complicated. We're just gonna be doing the flats today, and if we have a little bit of extra time, maybe some basic shading, and that's the plan. Switch 2 hype is building up. I found out GameStop has an in-store event on June 4th. That's interesting. You know, speaking of GameStop, you know, up here in Canada, it was called EB Games for like 30 years or 20 years. I don't know, for as long as I can remember. And they recently changed it to GameStop because that's what the original company is called in the States. So we're just like, why were we called EB Games in the first place? And they're apparently switching back. Did you hear about that? Headache twins. Oh, you have a headache too? No. Oh, also I left the window open so you guys might hear a lot of noise because I think I told you guys before on another stream that people love to race in this area, like with their bikes and stuff, so I'm sorry, but it's hot in here, so I left the window open. Good, happy for the long weekend. Yes, long weekend. Just finished a cute audiobook that was a Tangled retelling. Oh, gonna make some cheesy beef fries here soon. Yum. Kayla always living her best life with the food. My goodness. Nintendo told me I'm still on their queue to buy one. You're gonna get one, Bobo. Just you wait. I heard about that. Yeah, EB Games is coming back. I know, right? It's so weird. I don't know if when I found out about that, I was just like, how do I feel about that? Because, like, I guess it does separate us from the States. It's the same shop, but I don't know. Hey, Sasha, how are you doing? Welcome back. What's up? I'm good. This was my sketch that I did as a thank you for Ko-fi supporters. They all voted for this, as you can see on the goal over there, which is 100% funded, 114% funded, because you guys are awesome. This is what I drew. We're going to work on it today. That's obviously my avatar in Sora, because Sora is one of my top husbandus, which I always like to talk about. I'm sorry if you're like a guy watching and cringing at this. It just comes with being a girl. Just is what it is. And yeah, so this is Sora. So speaking of Sora, I saw, we've seen Kingdom Hearts 4 design before, and I remember when we first saw it a couple years ago, I was kind of unimpressed because I didn't like the rendering for the scene that they showed him in, but then at the same time you have to give it the benefit of the doubt because in previous games there are some cutscenes where Sora is rendered differently that I also didn't like, so I was just like, we'll have to wait and see. These recent screenshots that came out, way better. He looks much better, so I'm warming up to him. I like it so far. We'll see how it goes. As far as the Kingdom Hearts 4 game, Kingdom Hearts 3 kind of disappointed me, which if you guys have been following me for a long time, you already know that I was pretty upset about it. It was such an overpriced game, and it felt like it was so short. It was incomplete, totally, and we waited like 15 years for it, so total letdown. But that aside, Kingdom Hearts 4, hopefully they learned from that, since the community was pretty loud about it, thankfully, and maybe it'll be better. Who knows? But I'm going to sit back and wait until I hear the reviews first, because I was very eager to get Kingdom Hearts 3, and it cost me like $100. And then like a week later, because everyone was so pissed about it and returning the games, the game was being sold for like $15 at Walmart, and I was just like, so I won't be the first buyer this time. Anyways, so I inked the whole thing. This is what we're going to be coloring today. Bubble says, continued, and what is a bummer, but not all the surprises in the wireless game controller for Switch 2 sold out. Bubble, don't worry. You're always worrying about being you're so in a hurry. Just, they will come back, okay? It's not like this is like a limited edition thing. You'll get your controllers, you'll get your Switch 2, you're good. Malia says, I don't know if I told you this before, but your Mersona is one of the prettiest mermaids I've seen, and I'd love to draw her with Serena one day. Oh my gosh. That's so nice. You know, I think only one other person, I think it was Max. Max is a pretty frequent viewer of stream, though he hasn't been around in a while, but before he used to come to stream a lot. And he said that he just adored my avatar design, and that's what drew him into my artwork, which is really, really cool, because when I designed her, I really wanted to be unique. And, you know, I don't want to like be like, I guess this is kind of like a humble brag, but I have yet to see Mermaid with the color palettes that I've chosen, and I like that. And it's really fun seeing other people's personas. But anyways, I'm talking too much. I'm really glad you like her, Amelia. That's really nice of you to say. I take that as a gigantic compliment, because I put so much care into it. And I would love it if you drew her and Serena. I would love that so much. That would be wonderful. I would love it. And maybe I can draw them together too someday. You know. Of Kingdom Hearts. Oh, hi, Piro's in chat. Hello, Piro. How are you doing? We're inking today. This is what I drew. I don't know if you saw it on social media. Yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself to bore everyone about like my thoughts on Kingdom Hearts. Maybe I'll repeat myself later. But if you have any questions about it, go ahead. We're going to be coloring this today. Bobo says, well, if Kingdom Hearts 4 is exclusive to PS5 or Switch 2, would you consider upgrading consoles for just that game? No. That's unreasonable. I hate that, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just being a brat, but 20 years ago, I feel like things were just way more reasonably priced. I'm not going to spend $500 on a console and then another $100 on the game. What I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm going to just wait for the reviews. I'll probably watch the cutscene movie if I can't wait, and if not that, then I might borrow from a friend or anyone that I might know who has those consoles, and I can play Kingdom Hearts 4 that way. It's just different. Maybe if I was younger, I would feel different, because I would have a lot more time, so the investment would be worth it. But it's just so much money. It's just so much money to play one game, you know? I'm pretty sure the only reason I even got the first Switch was because of the pandemic. So everyone had a lot more time on their hands. I just don't have the time. And it is what it is. I chose this lifestyle. You know, art is time consuming. So when I'm not at work, this is what I'm doing. Unfortunately. So yeah, the cutscene movie I'll be watching. For sure, at least. Anyways, that's enough chit chat from me. Let me grab my tablet. Okay. Oops, sorry about the noise. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is select the background color so I know how to render their colors on them. And I was thinking of going dark to give it that Kingdom Hearts aesthetic, because if you guys know Kingdom Hearts, there's like a lot of drowning watery scenes, so I want to match that. So first I'm going to grab my G pen, and I'm going to select, actually, you know what, I'll just show you. I'll get a screenshot of what I'm talking about. So let's see. I mean, this isn't the one, but this will work. So if you guys look here, this is from Kingdom Hearts 1. So I'm just going to yoink this color and see if that works for me. Okay, super dark. Okay. And then Sora has this light. So we're going to do that as well. Maybe we can go for a backlight. Or if, you know what, if they're syncing, I suppose it would be up here, huh? Or should it be them as the focal? I think I like it as up here. I'm gonna do it that way. Something like that. We're working on it. Let's see. Piro says, doing alright and doing difficult post-game content on a hat in time right now. Post-game content on a hat in time. What do you mean? Is that gamer slang? What do you mean by on a hat in time? Millie says she's definitely unique. I love the stars on her, and the green is so pretty. Green is your favorite color for sure. Yeah, specifically seafoam. It's actually really funny. I have like a bunch of little stuff on my. Look, got my pen here. My earbuds. This little pumpkin that I love because I also really fall is my favorite season. So when I saw the seafoam pumpkin, let me show you what else I got. I got. Oh, that one's stuck. My little star charm is stuck over there. Let's see, I've got this little mermaid plate over here. I just love seafoam specifically, which is just and it's just a more specific shade of mint green. That's probably more, you know, it's like a blue green, but it leans green. It leans more green than blue. So yeah, it's technically the correct shade is called seafoam, but I love it so much. I've always loved that color. I don't know why. But yeah, it's a pretty shade. It's my favorite shade. I also draw a screenshot that Mickey Mouse. I also saw a screenshot that Mickey Mouse is going to be playable. That's cool. That's neat. Ooh, I dig it. What do you dig? Remind me. Sorry. You gotta be specific in chat, because I go off on tangents, and then I forget what I say. Kayla says, oh yes, that looks cool. Oh yes, good, the background. Oh, is that what you meant, Bobo? You're digging the background? A Hat in Time is a game. Oh, okay. Specifically a 3D collectathon platformer akin to that of Banjo-Kazooie or SM64. What's SM64? Is that Smash 64? I live under a rock, seriously. I'm such a noob with the new stuff. I gotta catch up. I do keep up with like movies and TV shows a little bit more than I do like video games. Like, you know what TV show was insanely popular? It's a show called The White Lotus. I don't know if you guys have watched that. I was seeing it all over the place, so I watched it. I don't understand the appeal. I don't really get it, but I watched it, so I can talk about it if you guys seen it. How do I block from here? Freaking spammers. I should really educate myself on how to navigate Twitch and OBS, because I never know how to be gone bot. Yeah, for real. The background, yeah. Super Mario 64. Ah, yes. Okay, that I know. I know the old stuff. But like the new stuff, I have to keep up with it, and I'm not up to date with like video games. Yeah. Lily says blue and green are my favorite colors. Seafoam is so pretty, but I'm always a sucker for blue. Blue is beautiful too, you know? Actually, yeah, tell me everybody what your favorite color is right now in chat. Oh, and I don't know if you can tell, but pink is my second favorite color. Baby pink and white, you know, like that pastel vibe. Such a typical girl of me. But my number one favorite color is definitely seafoam. Okay, let's do the flats. Let me get a reference of Sora in his pirate outfit, which was voted on by Ko-fi supporters, because I wasn't originally going to do Pirate Sora, and the reason for that is because, oh, hang on, we got two options here. 1, 2. And the reason for that is because, I didn't like, with the Sora with the hat, though he looks adorable, I don't like that you can't see his hair, and since I don't get to draw Sora often, I like to draw his hair. So then it was Faya, I think, though I don't know if she's watching right now, who suggested to draw the hat on my avatar. And I was just like, done, and sold it to me. Because everybody wanted me to draw Pirate Sora. And I'm like, but I want to draw his hair. And then Faya was just like, put the hat on you. And I was like, oh, that's romantic. I approve. So yeah. So I'm just going to grab Sora's skin tone and see if it works in this lighting. But even before that, the sketch I'm going to need to bring up here and make it really visible for when I'm coloring, because sometimes I don't ink everything. I like to add certain details with colors, and I have to remember that they're even there. I know, I'm ridiculous. Like, look, you see how her lips, I didn't ink the upper line of her lip like I did with the sketch, but the color will be there, and I have to remind myself of that. So that's what the sketch is there for. And then here's the line art. So I'm going to make a folder for them, and I'm going to make a layer for Sora's skin tone, and I'm going to come in and start coloring in. Like I said, it's going to be a therapeutic stream for me, just filling in shapes, not having to think about it too much, and go easy on my headache. 3 hours of sleep, you guys don't even know. It's just one of those nights where everything keeps waking you up, like every little thing, and then you can't get comfortable, like, I don't know. Okay, so this is the area of Sora's skin. Also, let me know in chat if you are a Kingdom Hearts fan. If you aren't or aren't familiar with the game, feel free to ask questions and tell me if you're into Final Fantasy at all. This is a collaboration with Disney, so you can talk about Disney if you'd like. Like in the GIF up there, Sora is punching the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean, whose name always escapes me, the freaking octopus guy from the first movie. Bookworm says purple. Purple's the popular one. Purple's pretty. I like purple. Bubble says also finished post-game story for Kirby. Also, I am blind as a fish. Okay, the reason why I say fish is, or fish out of water, per se. My eyes are made for the air. Much better. Let's see. I also finished a post-game story for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and now I'm planning Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Great! Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Sora had his skin. What do you mean by makes him a Disney version? Yeah, those are definitely the worst nights. Yeah, for real. And it's just so random. Like, where did they come from? Sora's one of my go-to characters in Smash Brothers Ultimate and Davy Jones. Yeah, I remember when I found out that Sora was going to be in Smash, I was both like, oh, like, that's great. Like, good for people who play video games. Then also I was kind of bitter. Because why did it take so long? Like, you know how many times I begged for Sora to be included in Smash when I was younger? Like, it's like, well, now you do it. It kind of reminds me, if you guys are familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! Do you know, in the Silverport arc, there's, like, that card that is, like, the whole season is about this one card that's like, really dangerous or whatever? It was never a real card when the show was airing. As a kid, you would, like, go looking around asking for Silverport to be let down and told, like, it doesn't exist. It only came into existence 15 years after the season ended. 15 years. Like, I got it as an adult for fun, but I'm thinking, like, what am I gonna do with this? Do you know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. It's just like, what are these companies? Like, it's like, you could make more money if you just do things faster. But anyways, that's just me venting now. To quote Twilight movie Bella, purple's cool. Yeah, she does say that. I like the Twilight movies. Maybe it was a copyright issue back then. I don't think so, because they made other cards from the anime. I think it's just incompetence. I think you're being too nice to them, Bobo. But anyway. Distractions. Are we not going to be able to finish all the flats because of you guys again? I'm on to you. Always distracting me. But we love it. Is the blue too dark, by the way, on your end? Like, on screen? Is it not, like, is it not appealing to look at? I can brighten it just for the sake of the viewing experience. But speaking of designs, Amelia, I am not, I promise you, I'm not just saying this because you said it about mine, but I really do like your mermaid avatar as well. It is also unique and different, and one of my favorites that I've drawn. And I've drawn a lot of mermaids, okay? I really like yours, and I really like Z's, because it's so rare to have a mermaid with short hair. She's just adorable with her big hoop earrings. Yeah, so yours, Z's, and I have to go back and like check all the commissions I've done and like pick one. I remember one time I did a merman, a hybrid where the top half was like a human lion kind of thing. That was pretty interesting. What are they called? Where they're, you know, like the characters like in Zootopia where they're like animals but they're also like humanoid kind of things. It was kind of like that. Go. So that's Sora's skin tone. I'm gonna put mine in, and I'm probably gonna be playing with the colors a lot to make them look underwater, because they can't be too I mean, they can be saturated, but I like to make them look like they're, I want to make them feel like they're really drowning. So, or not drowning because they're clearly fine, but sinking or underwater. So my skin tone is usually a little cooler. I'm gonna fill that in. Make Sora's disappear for a second so I can not miss any spots. Okay, and hang on a second. Did I think I missed. Yeah, I missed some line art here. Quickly fix that. One line separating her back from her hair. There we go. But yes, oh my gosh, I'm just so hoping that that Sora and, oh wait, I messed up. I just realized I messed up. That Kingdom Hearts 4 Sora is going to be cool, because I also, you know, Sora's been so young for so long, and most Kingdom Hearts fans are aging. Hello, hi, that's me. And the characters have to age with you, otherwise it's not as exciting. Let's see, Amelia says, I'm hesitant to get into Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a Disney fan. Right, you said that before. I always forget, which is so interesting. You're such a you're not, like, what would be the right word? I don't want to say you're not normal. That sounds like an insult, but you're definitely not your average person to say you don't like Disney. But I have other games I need to finish before I start new ones. That means so much. I'm happy you love Serena too. Yeah, she's stunning. She's really cool. I like her concept design. And in terms of Kingdom Hearts, yeah, if you're not a Disney fan, I wouldn't bother, obviously. But if you like the concept of, you know, the Sora side of things, then you can always just get into Final Fantasy. It's kind of funny because what I love Kingdom Hearts for isn't the Disney stuff. It's not even the Square Enix stuff, really. It's just the gameplay. I really like the gameplay. That's why I was actually a little disappointed in Kingdom Hearts 3, because they actually dumbed it down. Like, it was so easy. I feel like I could have just, like, I didn't even try. I feel like, why am I, like, even playing this? I could have just watched the cutscene to find out what happens. And I was playing at the hardest level. And it's not even a humble brag. Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm so good at this. It's just, take it this way. I don't play a lot of video games, so the ones that I do play, I'm gonna be good at. And I just find that Kingdom Hearts 3 was just so easy. Like, I finished the game so fast. That's why I was so let down, because I'm just like, I paid $100 for this game. It didn't even have... Okay, because, like, in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, you go to each world twice. There's 2 missions, so you play them all through, and then you go back and play them a second time before you get to the boss, right? In Kingdom Hearts 3, it's only 1, and they're all incredibly short. And then in the end, it's just, like, so much happens, whereas up until then, there's really not that much plot. Like, you're going to all these Disney worlds, finishing everything really fast, and nothing really happens. So the pacing is just terrible. Like, it felt like a rushed, unfinished game. And I paid $100 for it, and then I remember when the DLC came out, and they were like, oh, here's more content, you have to pay another $40, and I was just like, that should already be included in the game. Like, anyways. What was I saying? What was the point of this? Oh yeah, the reason why I liked the first few games, specifically 2 being my favorite, the gameplay, it's challenging. I like the way, like, the fight, the way you can customize how you fight, and it's just so satisfying. One of my favorite things ever is when you defeat a boss and, like, Sora goes slow motion and you hear that, like, that satisfying, like, shing sound. Like, it's just the whole experience of just, like, the actual playing. Like, I'm one of those people who will never skip Heartless. Like, some people will be, like, tired of fighting the, like, fodder villains on the way to the next cutscene. I just love... I will fight them all. I just love to play. And then, of course, I think Sora is just adorable. He's such a cute character, and fell for him real quick when I was young. And, yeah. I don't play it. If Kingdom Hearts 4 was coming out, and they said they're like, yeah, we're not doing any Disney stuff, it's just all Square Enix content, like, all of that side of the game, I'd be like, okay. Do not play it for Disney. Though when I was a kid, I picked it up from the shelf because I recognized Disney characters on it. So I guess it's a good way to market to kids. But once you play it, I'm just kind of like, I don't care about the Disney stuff. It's cute, you know, with the references and stuff if you're a fan. It's a nice addition, but I play for the gameplay and for Sora. Okay. Bubble says, to agree with your question on why they didn't include Sora, yeah, even I felt the same way. They added Cloud in the Wii U 3DS and, of course, Ultimate for Smash. I think Cloud took too long, too, because Cloud has been around even longer than Sora, like, way longer time ago. Like, they just take a little long to catch on for some reason. Why did they wait to read that? I'm built different, yeah. Ads, no, I'm sorry, you guys back? Bo says, honestly, I saw fan art of Sora frustrated that he wasn't added until October 2021. Yeah. Yeah, it took too long. Okay, so we have their skin tones there. Next color, let's do undershirts. So I'm gonna come in and grab it from here. No, it's looking too warm. I'm gonna grab it from here. So Sora has like this egg white shirt. So we're gonna go in there, fill that in, might make it right there. Back from ads. I'm sorry. Do you remember the last thing I said before the ad came up? I can try to summarize what I said, because I did go off for a while. Bobo says, I remember, if I remember, I think one of the Kingdom Hearts games has a similar ending to Paper Mario 64, where once you beat the main boss, when you start up again, you'll have to face the final boss again. I don't remember that. I do not remember that. Maybe that was a Kingdom Hearts 1 thing, because I only played the first game once, and then I played the second game like 10 times. Okay, so that's the undershirt there, and I'm going to use this layer to also fill in... Yeah, let's do her tail. So her tail, that's my favorite color, that seafoamy green. It's a little bright for the setting, but we're just gonna... These are just flats. They're kind of like placeholders, actually. Let me grab the bucket tool to speed this along. Whoa. Not like that. There we go. To help along the progress. I'm making her tail a little bit different this time. I'm making it go all the way to her bodice as well. Never done that before, but I've been playing with some stuff lately. And whenever I draw my avatar, I always like adjust her depending on how the context I'm drawing her in. And I feel like with Sora, this is just a personal thing, but I always found that if her relationship with him would be the most mermaid relevant, if that makes sense. Like, she's always a mermaid, but when she's with like the pharaoh, for example, her focus would be more, you know, Egyptian-y, I guess, to match him and his role. Whereas with Sora, I feel like she would have more opportunity. Maybe it's because he was a merman at one point too, in Atlantica, right? Melia says, I'm drawing alongside you again. I'm working on my comms. That's great. I love when people draw with me. So what are you drawing? What are you working on? What's the commission? Paper Mario 64 is still my favorite Mario RPG behind the 1,000-Year Door. Oh, so you've played the 1,000-Year Door and you still like the original better, huh? I have to disagree with you there. Lily says, I think you were just talking about Kingdom Hearts, but it's okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just me, you know, going on and on and on. Do that. Did any of Kingdom Hearts games have post-game, or were they all where you had to beat all the side quests, otherwise you'd have to start all over? I don't know if did any of the Kingdom Hearts games have post-game, or were they all where you had to beat the side quests, otherwise you'd have to start over? Oh, I know what you mean. No, I'm pretty sure you can still go back. Like, after you beat the game, you can still go back and, like, you know, finish all, like, that extra stuff. Then it feels less rewarding now. Because a lot of it, at least for Kingdom Hearts 2, I remember that a lot of it would be like power-ups and like unlocking weapons and stuff for Donald and Goofy and stuff like that. So like if you beat the game, it kind of feels kind of useless. But then again, that's just me. I know people feel really satisfied completing the game 100%. Melanie says, what would your avatar's role be in Kingdom Hearts? As if I know anything about Kingdom Hearts. Well, here's the thing. Like, my avatar has two lores, right? She has the ArtSirenMJ lore that is completely original, my brand, all that stuff. And then she has the fandom lore, which is like the fangirling and the cringe and all that stuff. So the role in Kingdom Hearts, well, okay. So I think you would know this already. Just something you would assume based on what everyone would know about the game is that Sora, he's a Keyblade master, right? Or a wielder. I don't think he's become master yet, but with the Keyblade unlocks passageways to other worlds. And I always like to steal. I don't know if you've seen, if you've watched the show Once Upon a Time. Probably not, because you're not a Disney fan. But in Once Upon a Time, one thing, I love the idea that, because Once Upon a Time has different worlds as well, right? It's the different Disney fairy tales that they all come together and they go to the real world versus the fairy tale world or whatever. And Mermaid, specifically, so like Ariel, mermaids from Neverland, or whatever, they can swim and they can travel to different worlds. Like, they have that power, which is very unique because for anyone else to travel through worlds, they have to like get their hands on some kind of magic that's like really hard to come by. It's like super rare. Thanks for the hydrate, Bobo. And I love that idea, and I totally stole that. So we're both world travelers, and I like to imagine that they run into each other. And the downside is that my avatar is cursed. I don't know if you guys saw my little comic that I was doing of Atem, how Atem said that he cursed her on accident. That curse involves her, whenever she goes to another world, she actually forgets her memories from every other world. And Sora, when she comes across Sora, because Sora is a keeper of worlds and he keeps things in order, he's constantly having to save her and to get her back into her original world. So they're actually very, very good friends. And then, of course, you know, Sora catches feelings. It is what it is. Sorry, that's the cringe part. And so that's my little imaginary story of them. And it's sad because Sora catches feelings, but, you know, and he sees her going to all these different worlds, often forgetting her life and who he is, and sometimes having to take her back to her original world, being the wife of the pharaoh, you know, and that's kind of intimidating competition, you know. And yeah, that's my little story. Doesn't really matter. It's not that interesting to other people, but that's my little story in my mind. And that's what makes this so sweet, because, you know, this must be some world at some point that they kind of have a thing going on. But then what makes it so tragic is that Sora will have to return her to her origin world eventually. Let's see. Hang on, it's warm in here, guys. Kayla says, "Love that." Yeah, I know you get it, because Kayla's a fangirl like myself, but you know, to most people, I'm sure it's like a little cringy, you know. But it does explain why I have 6 different husbands, right? Came from traveling worlds with amnesia. Let's see. That role of your avatar would also be like... The role of your avatar would also be like that in the world of Dragon Ball. Yeah, I like to imagine that her... Oh, I also forgot to say that in a lot of these worlds that she visits, sometimes when she arrives, she awakens in like an AU version of herself. So it's not like... It's not her, the same body every single time. Not that that's just a little detail that I would add in there. But no, I never really thought of much headcanons for Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z, but I never imagined the Art Siren visiting them at any point. I can't think of a reason why. I don't know. Maybe she can help Goku train with water resistance, you know? Wait, how does your avatar travel between worlds? She swims through. So, like... So that's why I said I took the idea from Once Upon a Time, where mermaids have the power to swim through dimensions. Because you know how, like... It's kind of like this. Like, you know how the ocean connects all the continents in the world? Like, everyone's connected by water at some point. Like, you can get anywhere through, like... At some point. It would take a very long time, but water you can get through, like, any kind of place. So it kind of works the same with, like, universes. So you go into, for a swim, and if you're a mermaid, you can travel and arrive into another world through whatever body of water that's there. Does that make sense? But that's my fandom answer. My actual avatar doesn't travel through, like, the canon ArtSirenMJ doesn't world travel. She's just an art siren. She makes art and is a mermaid at the same time. Just a regular girl. Well, regular girl that could turn to a mermaid. All the cringe all the time. I'm all for cringe. Cringe and free, yes. What time is the best show? Hey! Hey Sinran, how are you doing? Sinran is Faya, right? She's wearing his hat like I suggested. Yes, it is Faya. We were talking about you earlier. I was talking about like how I ended up coming to decide on which Sora to draw and everything, and how you got the idea. Did you see the sketch, by the way? Did you see it online? I think you shared it, right? He's wearing his hat like I suggested. Yes, yes. Yeah, so we're doing flats now. Yeah, so that was seafoam. Let's do a layer for her hair next. So her hair is a dark brown on the cooler side. Almost like with like a pink undertone. Here we go. When she's a mermaid anyway. When she's human, she has a warmer undertone. So there's like an orange undertone. Good. But yeah, if you read between the lines between my little story, you can kind of tell that the world traveling amnesia thing is just an excuse to ship her with every husband that I want, which is just 6. I'm not crazy. I love that idea. I just draw myself in different AUs of different stories. Yeah, that's totally valid too. I just went with the concept of the world traveling thing because I like to, I don't know, it's just me. I like the idea that she stays consistent in every world and has to fit in somehow, but she's still like weird and an outsider, you know. Kind of like how we feel sometimes. So sometimes she ends up in worlds where she doesn't really blend in and she has to find a way. Oh, talking about me. It was all good things, Faye, all good things. It's fun to imagine different ship scenarios. It is. So kind of like Sora does all the time. Perfect match. Yeah, exactly. We were just talking about how like they meet because they both travel realms and they're very good friends, and because Sora has to keep the world in check as a Keyblade wielder, he's constantly she forgets, she's cursed, so she forgets her memories every time she changes worlds, and he's always the one to drag her and send her back to her original. And he, as you can see, he catches feelings along the way, which is very sad and complicated because she's not available, if you know what I'm saying. How about you, Faya? Do you play Kingdom Hearts? Oh, nice. Aw, yeah. It's bittersweet, their relationship. Bobo says, for Thousand Year Door in the original, I did notice a similar pattern for the progression. Also, the music is too intense and not vibing. Let's go to my other, I have another Kingdom Hearts track that is a little calmer. Let's go here. Skip the ad. Thank you very much. Bobo says, for the Thousand Year Door in the original, I did notice a similar pattern for the progression of the game. Like your first party member is a Goomba, then a Koopa, the Thousand Year Door switches it up with your third partner as a ghost. Yeah, that's what made them so great. They stuck to the patterns. And then after that, people complained and it was downhill from there because they tried to like change it up, which is fine, but they just kept getting worse and worse with every release. They never went back to that format that you're talking about. Miss Melia said, Serena can travel through worlds. She uses gates made by my goddess mermaid. Serena and MJ can meet for sure. Yes, that's awesome. I would love that. I mean, heck, even if Melia wasn't a world traveler, maybe MJ can still meet you anyway, because she could end up in yours. But if you're a traveler as well, just increases the likelihood they'll run into each other sometime. So drawing them together would totally be appropriate. So what kind of worlds would has Milia visited then? Because you said that you normally redraw her as AUs in different worlds, which is probably the the better thing to do, honestly. But the mermaid one, how does she, like, where did she go? Faye says, let me face my fears. Yes, I've played many of them, but not through or beyond that. I have the Kingdom Hearts PS4. That's so interesting. Well, I'm sure you've done the research and knowing that a lot of people did not like Kingdom Hearts 3, being me. I'm obsessed with 2. 2 is my favorite still. And are you planning to play 3 or beyond at any point? Because you said yet, so that sounds like you do. Bubble says, the remake for the Switch I hope was the wake-up call for the series to keep the formula and also get back to telling good stories. Yeah, I've kind of given up, you know. It's the same with like those other examples I did where like Sora coming to Smash or the Silver Calcos Yu-Gi-Oh card or heck, even Kingdom Hearts 3 took way too long. I can't wait forever. I'm just not going to do that. And so when it comes to the appropriate format for Paper Mario, it's like, oh, when is it going to happen? When I have kids? Like, I'm over it. They take too long. If they do it, that'd be really great. And if it's unlikely, but if it's not going to drain my bank account to play, yeah, I'm open to it. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Let's see if there's one thing GameCube. Yes, if there's one thing GameCube players and Switch players agreed on, with 1,000 enjoys the best in the series regardless of the version. 1,000%. It just is. Objectively, it is. Let's go and see you doing that wonderful work. Hope you finish today. I don't think I'm going to finish in one sitting. Ugh, if only. Not only is art time-consuming, but the chat is incredibly distracting. And I have a bit of a headache today, so we're only doing the flats of the colors, you know, to keep things easy on my brain. But it's been really fun talking about Kingdom Hearts with you guys. Faye says, yes, I have it, just not been gaming much the last few years. We aren't sorry. What do you mean by we aren't sorry? But to respond to your other thing about not gaming the last few years, yeah, I was talking about that earlier in the stream as well, how it's just difficult to make the time for that. I mean, everybody's lifestyle, everybody's jobs, everybody's lives are very different. So that's not me saying, like, I don't have time for that because I'm too good for it. That's not what I'm saying. I just chose a lifestyle that gives me very little free time. Pretty much, to put it that way. Advertisement. And you guys are going to get an ad on Twitch in about 35 seconds. Just to warn you, and I'll try not to talk too much while you guys are gone. So I'll respond to Milia after the ad is over. I'll be here waiting so I don't interrupt your conversation. Don't talk too much then. Don't talk too much then. I know, I talk too much. Urgh! I blame you guys. I know. But no, you can chat, you can join the conversation. You said we're distracting, we're not sorry. Just merely said, oh, okay, right. Yeah, no, don't be sorry, it's fun. Hey, Hey, thanks, Maya, for the subscription, and it's so appropriate because it's a Sora gift, which I love. It's one of my favorites. Sora in... That's another thing I should say. Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3, my favorite moment of him, because despite me not liking the game, there are moments I like. It's him in Big Hero 6. I love him in Big Hero 6. It's my favorite. He's so cute with this little headgear and how he's like showing off to the team on like how to like be a hero. It's adorable. Yes. Have you seen it? So, how much do you know about Kingdom Hearts 3 if you haven't played it? Have you seen the cutscene movie or something? I need to know the extent of your knowledge so that we can, you know, bond. By the way, you guys, let me know when you guys get back from ads, okay? Okay, oh, I missed some. Let's see. Okay, 18 more seconds and I'll respond to Milia. Let's focus in. Okay, Amelia said, Serena is from a medieval fantasy timeline and she visits all my friends, mer friends, and my only sees in their universes. There are actually two Serenas. The other is an orca mermaid. I've seen work of yours is that. So tell me the difference between the two. I'm adding more to the self-insert of you and me in 1,000 Year Door. Oh, Bobo. Are you going to be doing some fan art too? I'm down to go to the 1,000 Year Door. I've already drawn myself in that world. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. And we streamed it and everything. It was great. It's a big piece. Yeah, I drew this for the 20th anniversary, I think? Yeah, because it's a crazy coincidence that we're talking about Kingdom Hearts and 1,000 Year Door. If you guys didn't know, those are my two favorite games of all time. It's Kingdom Hearts 2 and Paper Mario: The 1,000 Year Door. So I drew my avatar there with the whole team. And there's no lore there other than she's the player, right? Because you do play as Mario and you go with the crew, so I just imagine that she would be there, walking along Mario with the crew, and she would just, you know, be there, part of the fun. So, yeah, so that was fun. There we go. No fan art, but fan stories. Just as valid. Thank you for the hydrate, Z! Welcome back, Z! How are you doing? We've been having a blast chatting about Kingdom Hearts and all things OCs and mermaids. And we were talking about, I mentioned how yours and Milia in chat are two of my favorite mermaid OCs that I've drawn. I'm alright. How are you doing? I know you're at work, right? How's work going? Milia, did you hear me respond to what you said last, by the way? Wasn't sure if... Yes, you did hear me, good. Yeah, when the Direct dropped that Bombshell trailer, we all got hyped. Yeah, though another totally overpriced game, but I got it anyway, and... Thank you, Piro. Much appreciated the two. We always... Sometimes we started to train, and then people just don't stop, and it's hilarious. We haven't done that in a while, though. If you guys want to initiate Toot Train, go on. It's funny. Bookworm says Hot Mario. Thank you, Bo. I think my outfit's cute today. You know, I'm trying to go for like a doll kind of a vibe. Lily says, so Blue Serena is like my fantasy princess dreamy mermaid self, where I can be all sparkly and beautiful. Yes, of course. And Orca Serena is my true persona, a casual, tomboy, Nintendo-loving gal. She's nothing special nor royal like Blue Serena is. Ah, so Serena is like, Blue Serena is like your ideal self. And then Orca Serena is like more realistic. Yeah. I can kind of relate with that. So I don't have two different designs for it, but I do have two different versions of my avatar in my mind as well. I have the one that's ArtSirenMJ. She's my brand. She represents me more. It's more when I draw her with Luna specifically, that's how I know when she's supposed to be me, like the more realistic version of me, just an art siren at the same time. And then I have the other side, which is like this whole cursed version, world traveling, like 6 different love stories, that kind of version. So I totally understand. Though she doesn't have a design difference. Maybe I should change that, huh? Maybe I should give her like... I mean, I often draw my real self with a crucifix rather than the jewel, but I don't know. I haven't been really consistent with that, so it's probably not a good idea to like look at for a sign. I should probably do... You got me thinking, Milia. By the way, I got your mail while I was away and have to open it now. Great! That's great. That's so cool that you're gonna do that on stream. Z says, I'm doing alright. Work has been busy, but it's slowed down just a bit. Just handwriting needing a snack. Well, that's great. Let's have a break. That's nice. I kind of wish the nice outfit was nicer to you. That wouldn't be any fun. I put that one specifically on purpose to, like, you know, for banter. I actually really like banter. You guys can be, like, tough with me sometimes. I don't mind. It's funny. That's usually, like, what Rika does. That's why whenever she comes in, she always says that I suck. She redeems the you suck sound effect. Because that's very much our relationship. Don't be shy with, like, you know, teasing me a little bit, making fun of me. It's all in good fun. Okay, that took a while because you guys are heavily distracting. So that's the layer with her hair. And on the same layer, I'm going to do a base color of his keyblade. So it's this, like, slate color. So we're going to come in here and just do that real quick. And yeah. So many ads lately. Sheesh. I thought about doing a more me piece. Like, I like the Mer Pirate Queen so much better. Thought about doing a more me piece, but I like the Mer... Oh, you mean... You mean like a more realistic one? You don't have to. That's no fun. I don't have... I think... Let me see. I think I've only drawn myself realistically once recently. Let me see. See if I can pull it up if it's here. It might be on my hard drive. But let me take a peek anyway. I think I did it in 2022. Let me check. Where on earth is it? Okay, I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds so I don't find it. It's too bad. Can't find it. But I did find this one. I did this one when Luna passed, and so this is like the closest thing I guess to a real version, even though I don't, like, I do have a starfish hair clip, I just don't wear it every single day because it's not comfy. And the seafoam, I'm still going to do the dark green hair, but I just have to get around to finding a decently priced person to do that. But yeah, I think that's like the closest thing. It's a lot more casual. When I'm drawing real me, like I said, I usually have a crucifix and I'm very like normal looking, not so magical, you know? Like I normally, when I draw myself fantasy wise, I feel like my skin is sparkly and all that stuff, but so it's a little dark. Okay, let me just finish this because I do have to work too. So let me finish this slate. Fill that in, and then I'll respond again to the chat. How far does the slate go? All the way there. Very good. And then inside the wheel. Nope. Go. Nope. I'm gonna have to do this one by hand. Man, the perspective drawing in this Keyblade was a nightmare. It was the longest thing. Like, just the sketching process, never mind the inks and everything else, just the sketching process, I think took like 10 hours. Because I was thumbnailing because I couldn't decide on the pose. And before that I had to look up a lot of inspiration. I was looking up like underwater scenes and underwater kisses and romance, and I was looking up like either fan art of Sora, all kinds of stuff, and then I was thumbnailing. And I couldn't decide on a pose, so I sent it over to my Ko-fi members to get their feedback. And then merging everybody's suggestions and my own preference, I was just like, okay, I got a pose. And then when I was drawing Sora, I was like, I really want, like, I don't want it to be static and flat, you know? And the Keyblade is interesting, so I wanted it to be foreshortened. I wanted Sora's body toward us, and I always do that. I get so excited with these ideas, and then I shoot myself in the tail. And so then, that's when I started doing it, and it was all great until I got to this Keyblade, and I had to draw it like a couple times because I'm just like, because I didn't have a reference of it in that perspective. Because if I had a reference, it'd be easy. You just copy what you see. But I didn't. So I had to look at this and visually imagine it this way. And not gonna lie, I did change the design a bit because if you look at the screen right now, there's actually another piece of the Keyblade that comes out like this, that attaches these thingies to. And I hated how it looked like. I just didn't like it. I was like, that's ugly. It looks like bug antlers to me. So it was just like, it doesn't look like a key anymore. So, yeah, I just changed that a little bit. Let's see. Amelia says, I made many versions of Serena before. She even had a pink look I can show you later, but in the end I settled on Orca Serena and Blue Serena as my main personas. Why is that? Other than it just, what, being your favorites? Like your favorite color, blue, and why the Orca? Z says, yeah, I'm boring. No, you're not. What are you talking about? You're the opposite of boring. Like, Z's cool. She just commissioned me recently to draw Marlin and Dory as merpeople, and she gave me total creative freedom, and... No, that's a spoiler on what the art is going to look like. But the point is, Z is like a creative person, totally. Like, shout out Z. Z, you're the best. And you're going to like Dory and Marlin for sure. Bobo says, to answer your question about Sora's skin in Super Smash Bros. When you change his outfits in the character, so I didn't what? Did I ask anything about that? To answer your question about Sora's skin, I didn't ask any questions about Sora's skin. What are you talking about? But when you change his outfit in the character select, one of the skins has him as an old Disney cartoon. Yeah, and you said that already. Bobo, you be tripping. Sorry. Love you, but you're tripping. Queen says, well, I'm not boring. I'm just meh. I'm still figuring things out. The Mer Pirate Queen is what I want to be. Yeah, it's your ideal self, you know? Same here with the Art Siren. Hey, Art, how are you doing? Hey, Shisu, right? Or it's Shisu, right? Remind me again how to pronounce that. My nickname isn't Art, silly. It's Art Siren or MJ or Mary Jane if you want. Yeah, I make art, but that's not like, I mean, you can call me Art, I guess, but that's not really identifying me, is it? Faya says, Z has so many commissions ideas. I know. She's always flowing with them. Z says, I actually found another commission draft in my emails. It's for my adventure year. Oh my gosh, they never stop. Yeah, no, Z, don't call yourself boring. You are definitely not. Sometimes. Oh, add. Hang on. Maya, I forgot to check the group chat. Maya says, just popping on random streams. Your art looks so cute. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Daniel says, good evening, MJ. Hello. Thank you. Good evening. How are you guys doing this weekend? And Sillyhead says, hello. Your art is one of my favorites. Thank you so much. That's so nice. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to checking the YouTube chat. It's just, it's usually so inactive. I always forget to look. I hope you guys are still watching. You're still there. Let me see. Are you guys still there? Let me check. I think it shows I have 1 viewer on YouTube. So y'all left me already. I'm so sorry. I have to get better at that. But yes, thank you so much. It's so nice of you guys to say. Thank you for stopping by. It's cool that like I'm actually getting viewers on YouTube. That's crazy. Because YouTube strangely, like only my shorts get like any traction there at all. So it's cool to see people on stream. Hello, hello. How are you? Do you guys play Kingdom Hearts? Let me know in the chat, and I'll be sure to check it this time. What was I doing before I noticed the YouTube chat? I forgot already. Anyways. I think I need another coffee. Go off. Siren says, Z literally tells another friend and I about all her cool ideas as she brainstorms through them, and it's awesome to see her progress. Yeah, and she does, like her little, what's it called? She does her little collages and stuff. Z gives me some of the best reference material sometimes when she's like trying to explain to me her vision, and it's great. Love working with her. She says, I'm good. I finished the first story arc of my Boruto OC, and I think I did a fantastic job. I bet you did. How long is it? I'm curious. Is it like, how do you write it out? Is it like in bullet point form? Is it a novel? Z says, well, my brain isn't, but I am. I totally don't do much of anything. I'm either at work, avoiding things, or sleeping. If that's how you measure boredom, I will beat you in that contest. I'm way more boring than you are, okay? Because you know what I do? I work. I draw. Awkward silence. What else? What else? I mean, obviously I work on Silver FANGS with my husband, and like we spend a lot of time doing that. But so often, like people will ask me, like, "Hey MJ, like, what are you up to?" Like even people in my real life, and I'm just like, you could probably guess what I'm up to. I have nothing interesting to share unless you like art and comics. I'm boring. Melia says, yes, the two Serenas are my favorites. Orca Serena represents me fully. My childhood plush that I hold many memories with. My Nana is an orca whale. So I did it in her honor. Aw, plus they're so cool. And she wears Ike's sword on a necklace that I own, and her top is like, is Ike's hair color too. Don't even get me. Melia and her obsession with Ike is adorable, and it's so relatable with me and a Tim. You know, like look, I have him right here. Oh wait. This is a gift from Kayla, by the way, in chat. Thank you, Kayla. I display him proudly, always. Siren says, she shows us her collages. She did one today for her phone background. Her charts for writing, mood boards. It's so cool. It is. She's awesome. I'm happy so much, but keep asking me juicy questions.
Wonderful art. I love your subject. Keep it up.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Though the subject matter today, Tim would not be really pleased with, would he? Graphic making, hee hee, or I can't explain in words, but with pictures I can do that. I'm a very visual person. Yes. Drawing is not boring. It is when you have nothing else going on, right? Hi, Katie. How do you do shout-outs? Guys, Katie. Shout out. Katie Bug. I think I learned how to do it. Yes! Ayla. I got it. Katie is the cutest, the most adorable VTuber ever. She's like one of the nicest people ever. And it's exciting. I'm working on a commission with her and Z as a collaboration. So that's fun. Siren says everyone is boring to someone and everyone is interesting to someone. There's no real universal measurement. It's true. It's true. No, I do the same thing. I work, draw, and sleep. LOL. Art is my life. Yeah, for real. For real. I guess we're just a couple of borings. Okay, distractions. Back to at least finishing the Keyblade here. Let's see. But yes, again, the guys coming from YouTube, I'm so sorry. I literally said in the beginning of the chat too, where I'm like, hey guys, I figured out how to check my YouTube chat from OBS, and then I forgot to look. Gosh, I'm so mad at myself. I don't want people to feel ignored. I'll see if I can reach out to them after stream and say hello. Thank you for the hydrate, Z. Thank you. You're welcome. Katie is awesome. Go make friends with her. You will not regret it. Go. Okay. Now the next one. Let's see. Let's do Sora's maroon undershirt, which will be a little brighter. I like this one. Like that. More hydrate, thank you, Bobo. Let's see. People keep asking me to get on a game or a show, and I say, no, I'm too busy drawing, lol. Yeah, I mean, that's why I was saying earlier in the stream that it's harder for me to keep up with video game culture nowadays, like what new games are coming out and all this stuff. This one's a lot harder. That's why I'm more easier following like new movies and shows, because I can play that in the background while I'm working. So it's a little bit easier. I'm going to need to ask Katybug to stop being so gosh darn cute. OMG, I just looked at her previous stream quickly. Isn't she adorable? She's so cute. And I love her VTube model. She invested so much time and resources into her little, into her brand, her Katybug brand, and it's so cute. I just like to watch her little avatar, like the animation, like just her move is just so cute. She's so cute to watch. She can't stop. That's just her. Yeah, she's so precious. So cute. Agreed. Yeah, definitely. So with the blue in this background, this maroon is kind of looking on the brown side. So I'm going to just add some more saturation there. Now we've got like, there we go. Okay. What else can we fit on this layer? Let's see. We can do, the little sails in his keep later. It's the same color. Have you used 3D models as reference before? Sorry, I just lost my freaking thing. I wonder if Sora's key would have a model to save from all that suffering. LOL. I think I've used, it's actually funny, the only time I used a 3D reference was the cart in Silver Fangs. Do you guys, I don't know if you guys read my comic, like there's a scene in the flashback where they have the cart for the luggage and Robin's pushing it. I did have a 3D reference for that, which was very helpful. But, where would you get a 3D reference of Sora's Keyblade? Like, where would you find that? Okay, just come in here. Which I just reminded myself, it's been an an hour and a half. We haven't read Silver Fangs yet. Tell me in chat if you guys are ready to read, because if you guys didn't know, every stream, we always take a break at some point and we read Silver Fangs together. The latest episode. And the latest episode is a juicer. So we read, and it's been fun because I know that Silver Fangs, because of the short updates, you know, because comics takes a while, and the complicated story, it's hard to keep up week to week. So when I read it, I try to give some kind of commentary to make it a little bit easier for people who are following along every single week. Because Silver Fangs really is meant to be read in bulk. Like, you're supposed to binge it until you really get the story. But we have to post week to week to get it out there, so I can help that along. Have y'all seen the Kingdom Hearts 4 sneak peeks? We have, Katie, we were talking about them. Silver Fangs is the best. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna wait for the ad break to end before we continue. So that's good. Let me see what else I can fit in here. Yeah. This skull. Let's come in here real quick and do that. Okay, so you guys are back. I was saying, yes, Katie, we did talk about the Kingdom Hearts sneak peeks. Gave my whole opinion on that, and we can talk more about that again later after we read Silver Fangs. If you guys stick around, we can talk. I'll share what I think about it. You guys can share what you think about it, and all that stuff. There's an amazing website called Sketchfab that you can move around to get any angle. I found the exact Keyblade as the model there just now. Get out of here! What? Sketchfab. Will you send me a link on Discord so I can check that out? You found the Keyblade, like this one? You found the Keyblade. Could have totally used that. Queen says, oh, before I forget, like, I'll forget this, but MJ, you might have another creative freedom piece coming in the next couple of months. Interesting, interesting. Well, don't rush. You have to see if you like what I did with Dory and Marlin first. Okay. So, are we what's up? Are we gonna read Silver Fangs now? Let's do it. Oh, this is different. Very different. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. We're gonna pause this. Let's read Silver Fangs. I think we should pause the music because it's not appropriate for the vibe. So we're gonna just do that real quick. There's also this person called... Oh wait, Bubble says, I didn't add you to the doc yet, but I only copied the email to confirm it was you. What I added so far is that after my game over, you check in with me and gang after the first fight with the Shadow King. Sounds like fun. Bookworm says, there's also this person called Neverending Dreams on Facebook who makes Keyblades, I think. Okay, like real ones, because a 3D model, like, I don't know how that would work to reference, but okay, are we ready? Let's do this. Wait. Shisu says it's a bullet point thing. I wrote and tried to be creative with the story because first expression is always important for the audience, and I want it to be interesting and impactful, and I think I did a good job. I bet you did, Shisu. Or Shisu. I said Shusui. Frickin' Shisu. I bet it is. I'd be happy to hear more about it if you want to share. For now, we're going to be reading Silver Fangs real quick. So last time on Silver Fangs, you guys, we found out about the fact that something strange happened to Hunter's Uncle Bradley because Hunter doesn't want to talk about him, and Sutton was kind of giving Hunter a little bit of giving him a little bit of crap because, you know, Hunter's been drinking and he's been, you know, here, I think I actually have a shot right here. So he goes, I'm living great, I'm rich, I'm handsome, I'm a movie star, I'm in my prime, what are you bugging me about? Don't you run my biggest fan account on social media? So, like, Sutton's giving him a hard time because he's always drinking and smoking and just not taking care of himself, and Hunter's a bit of a denial. You could argue he's a little bit depressed. So that's what happened last time. More Silver Fangs. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Shisu. So we're gonna keep reading. So this episode is what happens next, and we're gonna go ahead, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read it just once the first time, once through, and then we'll read it a second time where I will give you context and explain a little bit more. So, this is Sutton speaking. He says, but I know you, and I know you think about these things. I know you keep up with a lot more than you let on, and I probably don't have to mention people who have it harder than you. Hunter says, when people are down, it's natural to look at someone with more and expect a greater contribution. And he's saying this because if you don't know, Hunter is a rich actor. So he's basically Sutton is saying, like, look, you think you have it bad? Like, I get, like, you're having a hard time for reasons that the readers don't know yet. We don't know why Hunter is so upset. We know something bad happened in the time skip, but we don't know what it is, because in the past we saw Hunter, he's so happy and he's, like, totally fine, and now in the present day he, like, hates his life. And Sutton's basically saying, like, look, you're, like, rich, so, you know, we don't have to mention people who have it worse. Like, he's referencing, like, people have it worse. And he's like, yeah, people think that if you have more, you should give more. That's what he's saying. And then Sutton says, you know what's funny? I just caught myself. I said that I was going to read it once and then give context, but I'm already giving context. I'm sorry. Okay, let's stop. I'm just going to read it and then I'll explain the context. Boa says, my guess is maybe it's just a theory, but he's probably upset about what happened on his island vacation. Yeah, that's the implication, right? Because he did call it the worst week of his life. Something bad happened on that island. So, let's keep going. Sutton says, nah, what could a rich, semi-handsome movie star like you even contribute? And something's ringing. Your ringer is that Sirena song? Put it on vibrate like a normal person. He's eating. Is it your girlfriend? For your information, it's my fiance. Cute, but cringe. It's called love. You used to feel it before your inside started matching your hair. Alice hates me, so what lie did you feed her? I told her I had this old thing I had to straighten out, and then I was going to game after. What if she snoops the time logged? Left the game running. Actually, Alice is working late tonight. She's writing this thing about someone you know. Intimately. Dude, first Bradley and now this? What are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? Am I just here to suffer? Drama queen. Alright, I'll drop it so we can finish eating. We should hurry before the restaurant starts getting inhospitable. Try keeping up. How? Glow, glow, glow. Hunter looks in his shirt. There's Orion. I heard there was apple pie to crush. Yes, because in the last episode, Clyde, the waiter, said that there's an apple pie that crushes. So now she's saying, I heard there was apple pie to crush. I'm gonna order some pies. I could drop back a brayru. Don't talk with your mouth full. And now we have Sutton's phone, and here's some text messages, which is hilarious because Alice, he calls Malice. I'm having some noodles while I game, he says. And Alice says, oh wow, I'm about to make myself some of the instant stuff. Still waiting on Care. Looks like it'll be a late night. Haven't seen her in forever. Remember, I wasn't as lucky as you, so I wasn't there for her win. Sutton asks, how late? Now we have another phone. And Sutton, on Alice's phone, is Slutton. Adorable. How late? And then she also has a message from Caroline that says, real close. And that's the episode. So now we're going to read it again with the context. Let me see. My bookworm says, haha, Sutton. wait, what did Sutton say that's so hilarious? Is it the Slutton thing? Or, no, oh, the insides matching your hair, right? Boa says my ringtone would be like Egad's dual scream from Luigi's Mansion. Ha! Queen says the panel is my favorite. The one where Hunter is fixing his shirt. Oh yeah, like just like that's a good one. Okay, so now we're gonna read it again, and I'm gonna explain real quick what's going on for those who are missing context. So I was already explaining this part. What a semi-handsome movie star. What could a rich, semi-handsome movie star like you even contribute? Now he's referencing this this panel right here from the last episode because he calls himself handsome. And Sutton's saying semi-handsome, so that's funny. And it says your ringer is that Sirena song. Put on vibrate like a normal person. So Sirena is, and if you guys remember way back in the first chapter, very early on, I think it's like episode 3, You can see Sirena right there on the billboard. She is a pop star in this universe, obviously. So, confirm that Sutton is a fan, I guess, to put it as his ringtone. And he says, is it your girlfriend? He says, for your information, it's fiance. So, confirmed, Alice and Sutton are engaged. Cute but cringe. It's called love. Used to feel for your insides are matching your hair. He's commenting on his heart has gone gray because Hunter's got gray hair. And then he says, Alice hates me, so what lie did you feed her? So this is interesting. If you guys don't remember who Alice is, she appeared in the flashback for the first time. She was one of Hunter's friends. And we don't know that much about her yet. And so I can't talk too much about her without spoiling. So you have to just keep reading to find out. But something important to note is that Hunter said, Alice hates me now. So something happened on the island that has made Hunter depressed, angry. He doesn't talk to his friends anymore, and Alice hates him. So Hunter must have done something. And so Sutton said, like, I told her I had this old thing I'd straighten out and I was going to game after. So she dislikes Hunter so much that Sutton hides the fact that he's seeing her, that he's still hanging out with him. Because Hunter and Sutton are best friends. They have been for a long time. Not that that's been Wait, yes, it has been confirmed actually in story. Yeah, Orion points it out. When we're introduced to the characters, Orion says that Sutton is his oldest friend. So, yeah, so he kind of has to hide the fact that he's seeing his best friend because Alice does not approve. And so he leaves the game running, so he has evidence that he's been home when he's lying. And then here, it says, Alice is working late tonight. She's writing something about someone you know intimately. And then Hunter gets upset. Who's he talking about here? Caroline, the ex-girlfriend. So it's confirmed that he's not talking to Caroline either. He's not with Caroline anymore. And Hunter just gets frustrated. He's like, dude, first Bradley and now this. So last episode, Bradley was mentioned, the uncle. And we don't know what happened to him, but it's kind of implied that something happened to or related to his uncle that makes Hunter not want to talk about it. He doesn't want to talk about Bradley ever. Even Sutton mentioned, like, you ditched me last summer on the anniversary of whatever it is that's bothering Hunter, and you didn't want to talk about it then. When are we going to talk about it? And now he's mad. It's like, first Bradley and now this? He's like, now you're going to bring up Caroline? So he's just not having a good time. Really pissed having to hear about Caroline. And so that's when he says, yeah, I'll drop it. And I think, what else? Did I miss something? Yes, Alice is writing something on Caroline. So sometimes I lose track of what was already revealed versus what's up in here, right? Because I can't tell you, can't spoil. Was it revealed what Caroline does now? I don't know. Caroline is my girl. She's so cute. She's adorable. I love Caroline. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just to be safe, I'm not going to say what it is, but Alice is writing something on Caroline, so Caroline has achieved some sort of something. And I just like how he words it. He's writing something about she's writing this thing about someone you know intimately. He's like it's kind of implied. And Alice now also confirmed that she's a writer of some kind. And then try keeping up. How? It's so funny. Patrons would know because they get the 4 comas every month, like the extra, because we have a series of comics that are stuff that happens alongside the content, so they're canon. Thanks for the hydrate, Z. They're canon. You don't have to read them to like follow the story, but they do add extra context. So it's kind of funny that with the scene in relation to those comics. Z says, "See, I know much more." Yeah. So knowing that context, this panel is actually even funnier. But the point is obviously that Orion, is eating as well. That's why he was able to finish so much. And Hunter is such a jerk. He's acting like Sutton's the slow one when it's like, dude, you didn't even eat that fast. That was Orion. And then over here, no, she's in the pocket, all nice and full. Heard there was apple pie to crush. Well, partially full. And another fun, can I just say, this has nothing to do with the story, but this is funny because Orion, this face, this stinker face, I had to take like 10 pictures of my husband making goofy faces to really get the right look, and it makes me laugh every time I see it. Look at that stupid face. Like, that is a naughty, like, she looks like a bad girl in this shot, Let's see. And then, so Hunter obliged, how do you say that? Whatever, he goes with it. She wants pies, so he says I'm gonna order some pies. Son's talking with his mouth full. So Hunter's gonna order some pies. And then here is an interesting information. So Alice is talking about how she's waiting for Caroline because she's gonna write that thing on her. And she also mentions that she wasn't present for something that Sutton was, something that she won. So Caroline won something, and Alice is going to write something on it. For longtime fans, you probably can guess what it is, but just in case for the new people, I'm not going to say it. You know, just keep reading and you figure that out. And I just love, this was totally, like, this is all credit to my husband. He came up with the whole malice and slutton thing, and I love it. I'm obsessed with it. So, like, Alice calls him slutton, and Sutton calls her malice, and I think that's just precious, so. And that's, Alice's phone, and they kind of match. They got the same color phone. So cute. So that's that. I opened up some screenshots here for context. Oh yeah, for those who don't know who Caroline is in the first place, the one that's, you know, that's got Hunter like, dude, first Bradley, now this. Caroline is his ex-girlfriend. You can see here she is. This is this is episodes in the past. Did I miss you? What kind of question is that? You know, are you aware how cute you are? And here they are together. So this was, you know, before Hunter gets all depressed and drinking and smoking and being like a freak. He was happy, and clearly something happened that has Alice hating him, and they're not together anymore. So I guess we'll just have to figure that out with time. And it's just so heartbreaking because they're so cute together. But anyways, I think we did enough of that. Oh yeah, and then we moved our shop to Ko-fi, by the way. If you guys want to support and buy a print, just go to the Ko-fi shop and do that. So now let me just catch up and chat real quick, but first I'm going to stop at my favorite panel before we do that. Ooh, it's a tie between Stinker Face or... This one's pretty funny too, because of the context, it's pretty funny. And this one. I just like to see the emotional turmoil over Caroline, because as a girly, just pulls in the romance heartstrings, and it just gets me every time. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna leave it on this. That's funny. So let me just re-chat. I hope that was fun for you guys to read. Again, patrons got extra episodes this month, and they're gonna get another extra one next month. So that's exciting. If you guys want to support on Patreon and read ahead. Len says, sorry for the interruption, but that is why you don't finish your work. You know I want to read all that as a surprise, and you're giving it away. Yeah. Len is one of the readers that reads when the books comes out, so this is kind of a spoiler, but I'm sorry, you just have to look away for a second. This is public, this is public content. Sorry, but it's true, this is why I don't ever get my work done, it's because I talk too much. Bobo says, I'm only the $5 patron for now. Oh, but first of all, to say for now is really sweet that you intend to upgrade, but that's already plenty. You're, I think, 3 episodes ahead now. But it's going to be exciting because we're going to have physical rewards soon. So it's going to, if you're waiting for an incentive to upgrade your patron tier, that'll be it. Z says, do we have the panel as a print? No, which one? Which one? I can get it printed just for you if you want, Z. Z's a super supporter, so I would do that for her. Len says she's so cute. Oh, Hunter and Caroline. Yeah, Caroline is precious. The one of Hunter leaning over Care. Oh, this one. This one. We do not. I don't typically print comic panels just because they're gonna be in the book. So if people want, like, unless they're like important shots, like I think we did one of the Vigilante when he's shown as the Oh, Arya's in chat on YouTube. Arya says, man, I've been working on art for the past 3 hours or so. Great fun exploring new art styles. Oh, that's great. Give me a second. I'm gonna hop over to Twitch. Oh, I'm sorry I'm so late all the time. All right, I'm back. See? I just caught you. I was just responding to you on YouTube. Yeah, what kind of art styles were you studying? So was I saying, yeah, so I don't usually print comic panels because they're gonna be in the book anyway. So if any, like, we've done a couple of them because they're like full page spreads, so like the big panels in the book, like we thought maybe people would want them on the wall. But if there's ever a panel that you guys want printed, you have to specially request those. You can either ask me or SPS to custom print it next time we order inventory. Bubble says, well, the Switch 2 and my UTV may have made that tough, but with the holiday season and my job, maybe there's a chance. Oh, that's so sweet, Bubble. You're such a lovely person. Thank you for supporting this content. It's my biggest passion. I love everyone who supports me, everyone. But I have to give a special appreciation to those who are supporting Patreon because nothing means more to me than Silver Fangs. Arya says, I was doing oil brush shenanigans, so I understand it better. Oh, that's cool. I hate oil paints, but I respect it. It takes a lot of patience. Good for you. What were you painting? Molly says, I have so much wonder for what could have happened to the crew. I can't wait for all the pieces to connect. Yes, there's a lot. There's a lot. And it's funny because anybody who's read the rough draft of Silver Fangs, like my comic before this one, they might know some stuff that happens, but you guys are going to be so surprised. Like, pleasantly, like in a good thing. Like, it's going to have all of the stuff that made the story so dramatic before, and then some. And then some. That's why with me and my husband are writing, we decided not to reveal it all at once, like we did in our first draft, because there's just so much content, so much juice, that I think it would be so much interesting to kind of sprinkle it over, you know? So that's why with our first flashback, we got a little bit about, like, the drama, like Fallon starting, and then that's it. We're back in the present. So we will go back again, and slowly we will reveal what happened on the island, why they broke up, why Alice hates him, why he's depressed, what happened to his uncle, you know, all of these things, and when Sutton and Alice got engaged, you know, and it was also implied in the flashback that Robin has a crush on Sutton, so what's the dynamic there? So there's a lot. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. It means so much to me. I mean, I don't know if you're... Oh, wait, I didn't read that yet. Wait, let me scroll up. You guys are chatting a lot. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was doing... okay, I read that. Z says, you mean I can get all of my green-eyed Golden King? If you want every panel of Nate printed individually, we can do that for you. Just hit me up. We can do that for you. Oh, let me put the music back on. Hang on. Put the music back on real quick. There we go. I was painting some fan art for someone. Oh, that's so sweet. Fan art of what? Katie says, I mean, I don't know if you're keeping the story the same. Like I said, some things are staying the same. Like the heart of the story is going to be the same. Wait. The heart of the story is going to be the same, but it's not going to be told in the same way. And then we've also added a bunch of new stuff. So it's way more layered. That's why, like, even if you've read the original draft, like, you're still going to be surprised. It's still worth reading for everybody. I can't be in the server because my patronage is lower than the tier required, but someday... No, $5 patrons are allowed in the server. I believe what happened is there was a rule. I think you broke a rule too many times, Bobo. But, yeah. It's not a permanent ban. Just wait. SPS is kind of running the server now because it's just... It was just too much for me to... I'm always constantly doing too much. It's the reason why my husband and I have someone, IRL, that likes what we do, and they're very supportive. So they help us out with this kind of stuff, and I kind of gave the server management to them because it was too much for me to think about. So, yeah. Katie says, I was assuming not. Z says, oh, I love surprises in story format. Yes. Arya says, I did eventually lose patience and cheated a bit, but it's done, and I'm pretty happy with the results despite my lack of patience. Oh, well, that's good. Don't ever give up. Always plow through, you know? He says, I mean, I wouldn't mind a surprise kiss. LOL. What do you mean, Katie? What do you mean? Melia says, I'm happy to be a new fan. Didn't even know there was a rough draft from before. Yeah, it's, I have a printed version here. Gosh, the art's so different. Yeah. Wait, this one's not it. This one's the Orion Superstar Adventure, which is 300 pages long, and if you want to read it, you can on Patreon anytime. Let me see. Yeah. I have a printed copy just for us to reference. Let me show you a shot of Hunter without spoiling. Let's see. Look at this difference. Look at this difference. Isn't that crazy? What even is this? Can you see it? It's not very, trying to focus there. Can you see it, guys? I'm sorry, the camera isn't the best. But yeah. It's pretty bad. I always imagine that one day if I ever did like an art book, like a Silver Fangs, like concept art book, behind the scenes kind of a thing, I could put a bunch of stuff from the series in there. Remind me to bug MJ about Nate later. Okay, I think there's an ad. Tell me guys if you're behind an ad. Because I don't want to like talk too much if you guys are stuck behind an ad. Let me just scroll up to where I was before I grab my book. Okay, yeah, I'll pause. Yeah, nobody's saying anything about the ad. Should I just go ahead and talk then? Okay, so... Only if you tell me why you're hugging her. Corky says hi. Hi, Corky! Z says, so I can get every panel of my Green-Eyed Golden King. If you really want that, it can be done. Ari says, someone named Grain, he does videos on these massive builds in a soft roleplay server for Minecraft. He's been the center of a lot of my art shenanigans recently. Oh, that's cool. That's so nice of you to make fan art. I love receiving fan art. It's like one of the nicest things people can do, other than support me, of course. Your improvement is insane, MJ. I know. I know. That drawing that I showed you of Hunter was done in 2019. It's not that long ago. It's just huge improvement. It's crazy. I think it was the pandemic. Because I was like barely working then, so I had a lot more time. Wow, everyone's just shocked at the difference. Z, she likes surprises in story format. Look at you go. I know, it's really cool, right? It's insane. It's insane. But I'm so glad that happened because like when I was doing the first draft, I call it a draft, but it was really just like a webtoon. Like I just wanted to make a webcomic, so I just made one. It wasn't that serious. That's why it wasn't even in full color. Like I was just like, I just had these characters in mind, these OCs. You know, like Hunter is based off an OC that I've had like since I was a kid. He's obviously looks different than when he was a kid. Like his original version, he had animal ears, but he's just it was just a series I was just doing for fun. And doing a comic, because it's so much work, you have to be drawing all the time. It forces you to get better. So I just kept improving, and then people were liking the story, and I was like, oh shit, you know. And then when the pandemic happened, I actually went through a lot of personal stuff, and it kind of like everything went downhill, and it was just really bad. And but I enjoyed making the comic so much that I looked at my husband and I was just like, you know what, I want to make like a serious, like I want to take this and make like actually try, like, because you know with the original, like we weren't really like it was for fun. We were just doing it like because why not? I just wanted to just try doing a webtoon because webtoon was like new back then, so it was just not that serious. And I'm like, you know what, I want to take what we like from this and make it like awesome. And my husband's been helping me to make it a little bit easier because my art I'm taking much more seriously, so it takes a lot longer to make, and it's just been really great. And I just love it. It's my favorite thing. I never have more fun creating anything else than I do Silver Fangs. It's also a lot more work and a lot more mentally exhausting, but you know, it's rewarding. I do only in stories though. Real life surprises, no thank you. What do you mean, like surprise kisses? What are you guys talking about with the surprise thing? Catch me up. I'm confused. Okay, surprise kiss. Now I'm trying to remember the last time I was kissed. Did I ever get a surprise? I don't think I ever got a surprise kiss. I don't think I ever got that. I got a lot of surprises. My husband was always big on surprising, especially when we were in high school, but I I don't think he ever, like, kissed me when I didn't see it coming. Not before we were dating, anyway. Surprise is a big fat no for me. I wish I could be as hardworking as you with art. I have so much trouble just shading my own personal art. And you're here with a fully shaded comic. Oh, Amelia, that's nice of you to say. It's the only thing I can respond to that is by saying that it's an obsession. You just have to be obsessed with it. I just love it so much. I wouldn't. I don't know what to say. I just like, yeah, it's fully rendered because I just like how it looks, and it takes longer, but I think that it's worth it. I believe in quality over quantity, and that's anybody can do what I do. It just the only downside is there is sacrifices involved. You're gonna have way less social free time. You're gonna have less free time in general. Yeah, there's not much time to do anything. You know, it's work, this, and then whatever you need to stay alive. But I'm not complaining because I like it, you know. That's enough Silverfangs. Lots of Silverfangs talk today. So let's go back to actually working. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that. What an episode, huh? It's crazy. And oh my goodness, like Kayla could and Z probably as well. Tell me the latest episode for the higher tier was not nice on the eyes. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't wait till that one's public because I have so much to say about that one. Z says, oh, idea, MJ, what do you think about a panel for the Merpirate adventure as like choose your adventure? Just popped into my head. What do you think about a panel for Merpirate adventures as like a choose? What do you mean? Like an illustration of like a video game kind of a thing? You're gonna have to elaborate a bit more. Melania says, I keep looking back at all my rendered art in 2021 and I wish I could do it again. I don't know what's stopping me because I'm done school now. Well, there could be a chance. Here's the thing. There could be a chance where you just don't like coloring as much, and that's okay. There's so many artists who specialize in pencil work, ink work. There are colorists. Maybe they're just not that into it. Like, one thing that I'm just not that big into is like heavy rendering, because I see people sometimes, like, some people color beautifully, and I just don't have the patience to like study and like learn how they do that. I like the drawing process more, and the inking process. I'm a lot more comic-y, as you can tell. I usually try to keep the coloring simple, but maybe... Sorry, I was checking music. But yeah, maybe there's just something there that's just not your thing, you know? Maybe you're just not coloring the right way that you like. Maybe you have to find a different way to color. Okay. Back to Sora. So we need his hair color, so I'm gonna come in here. He has lighter hair color when he is Pirate Sora. Not really sure why that is. Thank you for the hydrate, Z. I always forget. Kayla says yes to my comment on the episode. Yeah. There's a lot there. Okay, so you know those Gamify books or choose your own path stories? Like, what if we did a mini comic strip of something for the Merpirate? For TMA, that's... What's TMA? It's for your story, right? Yeah, that sounds really cool. I'm open. I love doing different things. I do love rendering. That is why I'm so confused with myself. Let me think. Let me help you. Okay, for me to help you, you have to tell me what you do end up doing. Like, what do you spend most of your time doing? Is it drawing? Is it inking? What do you look forward to the most? Is it commissions? Is it personal art? Like, what's... Oh, I missed a spot in her hair. Okay, Kayla's sending those faces, just kind of giving away, like, something there. TMA the Mermaid Pirate Adventure. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, I like that. You know, one thing I would always... Now, here's the thing. I can't do everything, right? Nobody can. So I think that this is unlikely ever to happen. But one thing that I always thought would be cool is, you know those games that are, like, visual novels, kind of? Where, like, it's like you're reading a comic and you give different answers and it goes... Like, that's what you're talking about, right? Where the story takes a different course depending on the answers you give and how you engage with the game. I always thought it would be really cool to, like, make one like that, where I can draw the characters and, it's like my art. But, yeah, there's just no way I'd ever have the time for that. But I'd totally be down to do it if anybody wants to make their own game and want to commission me. I'm super down. Wait a second. Oh, I just noticed wrong layer here. Oops. There we go. I had 2 layers going there. That was weird. I'll do this part again. Yes, that's the Gamify books. Choose your own. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd be epic to have your art featured in an Otome game. Yeah, I think it would. I would like that. If like a company like hired me to like do the illustrations of that, I would love to do something like that. I don't know, I just feel like I would do good, I would do well, and I'd have fun doing it, so, yeah. I love drawing personal art the most, but I guess I get too intimidated by the rendering, so I stop at the flats. I do love painting styles, but I never learned how to do that. I'm too used to drawing lines and not shapes to make forms. Yeah, I did have like there was a point where I had a painting phase, and I didn't mind it, but I felt like, because I don't want to say I get bored easily, but I want to move on to the next thing pretty quickly. It's actually the reason why I never went into animation, because when I was a kid I thought animation was going to be like the goal, but the amount of time you have to spend on like a 10-second scene, like you have to take like weeks on that. It's like I get bored too quickly, and so it's the same with painting. I feel like one illustration would take hours and hours and hours, and though the result is pretty, I just feel like the way that I do things is just as satisfying. Like, I just don't feel like the hyper realism or like. Okay, I can't talk when other people are talking. Ad, can you not? Okay. And I totally appreciate other when people paint like that. I love to look at it, but it's just not for me. I just get bored too quickly. I want to finish and draw the next thing, because I always full of ideas, you know? But sometimes I use the painting style for backgrounds because it's quicker. But it's I'm no company, but I may be one day. Oh, Katie, if you had to design your own Otome game, what would it be like? Z says, as someone who loves Otome games, I would love to see MJ's art in one. I think that would be so freaking cool. Yeah, I would love it. I used to play them a lot more. I don't play them as much anymore. Like I explained to you guys, the whole me with the video games these days. But I would love to do one. Just because I just feel like I would do well with that. Especially like the character specifically. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay. Great. Next layer. Let's do the jacket. which is looking a little, it's kind of disappearing, isn't it? Let's give it a little more brightness and a blue undertone. Right, and if it would be made to move with live 2D. What does that mean? My own art style may just be too detailed sometimes too. I'm the same way. I want to move on to art. Okay, so you said that, okay, let me scroll up, because Malia, you said that you're intimidating by rendering, but you also said that you really like rendering. So where's the intimidation part coming from? Do you think that maybe you're expecting too much? Like, your rendering style, maybe your rendering style is too time consuming? Maybe the one that you use takes too long? Katie says, oh, I have a name for it. It's called Datey Bug. The different bug would be in it. The different bug would be in it, and it would be a romance, and you'd play as a guy trying to romance one of them. Granted, that technically wouldn't be an Otome game, but still, maybe I'll make an Otome game where you can pick the bug you play and romance different husbands of my making. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Like, you get to pick which one you are. That's funny. That's really cute. There's an Otome game I play called Tears of Themis. Is that how you say it? Where the characters blink and hair moves, can see them breathing and stuff. Kind of like my models move, just less. Oh, yes. The most that I've seen in movement is from Amnesia Memories. So, like, their facial expressions change, they blink sometimes. Like, the very basic stuff. I haven't seen more than that, but that'd be cool. Probably am expecting too much. I have many abandoned whips that is half rendered. The only thing that I would suggest if I were in that position, because sometimes starting is the worst thing. Okay, no, this music ain't it, guys. This music ain't it. Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts music ended, that's why. Should we replay it again, since this is Kingdom Hearts art? Or should I go back to the other one? Okay, give me a second. Yeah, go back to the other one. Here we go. Yeah, so the advice I would say is kind of the advice that I give myself sometimes when I'm faced with a blank page. And it almost works every time. What I tell myself is, okay, I set a timer on my phone when I'm really not in the mood to do something, or if I'm like intimidated or whatever, I just be like, I'll set a timer on my phone and I'll just 10 minutes, or maybe 15 minutes, I'll just work on 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes, I really can't stand it, I'm having the worst time ever, I'll just stop doing it and try again later. Most of the time, I get into it. It's just starting is just overwhelming. So when it comes to rendering, whatever it is that you want to render, set a timer and just say, okay, I'm going to start rendering this for like 10 minutes. Like 10-15 minutes. If I hate it or if I'm bored, I'll just stop. And no harm, no foul, right? What's 15 minutes? And you might be surprised. You might find that you're actually having fun, and then maybe you'll end up sticking to it. Give that a try. That's a little trick I use sometimes to get out of art block and stuff. Z says, or do a why choose? Get the best of all the characters. Like a harmony? Oh my god. Yeah, you guys are ridiculous. That's so funny. Why choose? I don't know if people could handle all the bugs. And there was a thought I had. That's funny. Yeah. Let's continue. Yeah, 'cause when it comes to rendering, I feel like for me, I probably improve a lot more on lighting. It's something that I should work on. But I usually just get, like, my level of lighting is, like, satisfying enough where I'm just like, yeah, no, that looks good, and I'm happy about it. So I haven't found that drive to push myself to learn more. But, hey, to be fair, I've been trying to improve my line work lately for Silver FANGS, so can't do everything all the time. Thank you for the advice. I'll have to try that. I'm sorry I'm distracting you so much from your work. Don't be. The entire chat is equally guilty, and it's okay. I don't mind. It's actually fun. I like talking. I like talking with you guys. It's fun. It's engaging. And you know how I just said, like, a couple minutes ago that to work this much, you have to sacrifice certain things. Streaming and talking to you guys is kind of like me doing the social thing, in a way. Like, it actually eats up my social battery. When streams are over, I feel a lot more tired than when I'm not streaming. In a good way. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that, like, as an introvert, like, I have a small social battery. And I don't get to be social very much since I'm always glued to my tablet. That's why I'm blind. And, yeah, this is kind of, like, makes up for that. And chit chat with all you guys. And for those of you guys who were here when I was explaining the Sora lore, what do you guys think of it? Because, you know the comic of that I had going called Cursed, with a 10-minute, I was like on the fence if I should make it like a fully only like a 10 story, or if I should actually incorporate these other fandoms in there as well. I haven't really decided yet. Like, should I make it related to my little fandom lore, or should I just like make it its own like thing? Like just an AU. Thank you for the hydrate, Z! Oh, lots of chatter. Need to catch up. Guys, if I think I've been doing a good job keeping up with chat today, but if I ever miss anything that you want to say, and I miss it, just say it again. Or if you want to send a tip to me, to support me, you can do that on Ko-fi, and then text-to-speech will read it out loud, and then I can respond to it. I'll give it my full attention then. Project Kyle's in chat, MJ, how's SILVERPORT? Hello, Kyle, how are you doing? I'm all good. Drawing, some Kingdom Hearts fan art. Do you play Kingdom Hearts? Getting busy again. I'll see you guys later. Love seeing you at stream, MJ. Oh, Z, we love having you. Have fun at work. Kingdom Hearts, The Legend of Zelda have some of the most confusing timelines. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Did I miss anything else? I don't think so. Z said, make it related. Okay, well that's one vote for related. I guess I can talk to the Ko-fi members to let them decide, since they're the ones that support it the most. I don't, but I'm familiar with it. Cool, cool. Yeah, this art was voted by those who support me over on Ko-fi. You can see the goal there. It's 114% at the bottom of the screen. And they voted for this, which was so lucky for me because I love Sora and my avatar, so I'm very thankful. So that's what we're working on today. I heard birds outside. Yeah. Yeah, they get pretty loud. Uh-oh, Kayla says a Tem only. Interesting. Well, you know, what if I told you, Kayla, that if other things are related, like a Tem will still always be a significant character. Yes, dude, he's the husbandu. He's the #1 husbandu. He will never take a back seat. Okay. Is the hat the same? Yeah, it's pretty much the same, so. Alright. That's good. What about no, his shoes match his pants more, right? Not necessarily. The lighting is different. Yeah, let's do the shoes on this layer too. Yeah, oh my goodness. Chat got quiet all of a sudden. The moment I was having a hard time catching up. It's funny. Related. They were ads. Oh, that's why. I didn't see the notification there. I'm sorry. I didn't know you guys were behind the ads. That's hilarious. Bubble says related. It's hard to decide. But if I did make it related, I wouldn't spend too much time on like it would not be the thing with the Cursed comic. I'm not making it because it's just page by page. You know, whenever we decide to make the next one, it's not. So I'm not making it as a long form story in the same way that I am with like Silver Fangs. Like Silver Fangs is like a dedicated long form story. So with Cursed, like if I was going to include like these other fandoms and stuff in my Avatar visits, they would be very short scenes, like 1 to like a couple pages long before returning to like a Tem or like my Avatar like explaining something. It would be more like little scenes and little compilations of like her adventures, I guess. Like it would be pretty like small. And then if anybody's like interested enough, because it's just me and my like shenanigans, if anybody cares, they can always just like reach out to me and like, you know, ask me more. You know, I have written notes and little fanfics that have only been seen by my eyes. I don't mind sharing some of that with people, stuff like that. Because to make like a long form narrative for Cursed, because I just the concept of it, I just made it to like be like a fun way to like to explain the fandom lore of my Avatar. So that's kind of, thank you Kylo for the hydrate. So I don't really have like a long, like the plans there aren't so deep, unless you guys want that, because then I would have to stop and think about it, think of a whole other story. I'm working on a chapter that explains the antagonist's pass through a children's book. It starts off innocent, it's progressive, and more unsettling as it gets to the end. Oh, always the kinds of stories that sound nice, and then, I mean, that sound sweet, and then it gets dark. Let's keep the mermaid hydrated. Thank you. Okay, this is I have to stop myself from overeating my cheesy fries. Oh, did you make too many? It's hard not to overeat when you made so many. Okay, that's all on that layer. Let's do another one and go for his pants. It's only been about a little over 2 hours. It's surprising. It feels like I've been streaming longer. That's probably a result of the headache I told you guys about. I already came in the stream more, feeling a little weaker. First time chatter, Pillar Eclipse. Hello, howdy, how's your day? I'm doing great. How's your day? We're just drawing today. Specifically a piece of my avatar with Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Do you play Kingdom Hearts? Pirate Sora specifically. This was voted by my supporters to draw, and so that is what I am doing. And if you don't know what Kingdom Hearts is, or if you don't like Kingdom Hearts, what kind of stuff do you like? We do a lot of stuff here. This isn't a Kingdom Hearts exclusive. First time that stranger in my following list. Well, maybe you haven't spoken before, or if you have, I don't know. That could be a glitch from OBS then. Because it's telling me that this is your first time actively speaking in my chat. That might be it. Well, forget that then. How are you doing? What'd you eat today? It's usually my staple. I always ask people what they eat. I've seen Twitch do it to other people. Yeah. Twitch be doing weird things like that sometimes. Like, sometimes it doesn't let me scroll through chat. Like, if I fall behind and I scroll up, it just won't let me scroll up. It's the worst. Beans. Wow! Are they good? I hate beans. But I hope you're enjoying them. I hope for you they are scrumptious. I ate the will of my enemies. Dark. Very nice. Millie says, what did you eat today, MJ? I had a ham, cheese, lettuce, and some other meat sandwich that I picked up at the grocery store. Like those little ready-made sandwiches. And when I got home, I put mayo in them, and then I ate that. And then I had a very, very tiny bag of popcorn and a piece of chocolate. Probably not that much. Actually, when the stream ends, I'm probably gonna eat something else. Thanks for asking. How sweet. Okay, let's see, what else can I fit on this layer? Sora's headband, which is this pretty purpley blue. Not headband, what do you call this? Bandana? It's a little pirate bandana. I think next stream, because I'm already thinking about next stream, I think the project is going to be probably Katie and Z's collab commission. That might be next. I've been doing a lot of work this month because of Mermaid, the extra episodes for Silver FANGS. And it's like everyone that commissions me, it's like they have like a collective hive mind. It's like you guys all know when to come at me at the worst times, but like that doesn't mean like don't come at me when you're ready. Like don't take this as like a serious criticism. It's just so interesting how, like, you know, I had more time in April, and aside from the usual consistent commissions, because I do have a couple clients that I do commissions consistently every couple weeks. Besides them, it's just like the queue was pretty short, and I was just like, oh, okay, well, I have all this extra time, so I put it on Silver FANGS. And then May comes, and I have a lot of birthdays in May. I promised extra episodes to my patrons in May, and it's a Mermaid, and then all of you guys came, and I was just like, you guys, it's so weird, and it's not the first time that's happened. It happens all the time. Is that something you guys can relate to? Ham and cheese, oh dear, I can't stand either. Really? I love cheese. I live for it. Live for it. You don't like ham and cheese? Amelia, you are the most unique individual I've ever met. Doesn't like Disney, doesn't like ham and cheese. Favorite series of manga is JoJo. Like, pff. I tried Mary Brown's chicken for the first time. I wanted more pickles. Mary Brown's. I don't think I'm familiar with Mary Brown's. Is that just like a local place? Is that a Canadian place? I don't even know. Eclipse says, one of my opener questions is what Pokemon type would you consider yourself to be? That's a good one. I mean, I guess the easy answer would be a water type, but I'm not just a mermaid though, so I'd probably have to be like maybe water and a psychic type, or water and, or maybe just a normal type. I'm a normal person. That's a fun question. Anybody else can answer if you guys are interested. It's out of love. Cheese gives me a big tummy ache. No, I'm not lactose intolerant either. Weird. That's so weird. I love cheese. I feel like ham definitely is not high on my list of meats. Yeah, ham is okay. It's not like my favorite meat in the world, but it's a good filler food, you know? There's Mary Brown's here. I haven't tried it yet. Why don't I know what that is? I have to keep my eyes open. Maybe it's around and I didn't even notice. Fire, electric, between those two for me. Oh yeah? Why is that? Okay, you know what else I can fit on this layer? I can fit the keychain. It's a little bright, actually. Let me, it's too pearly white, you know? It's supposed to look a little bit more damaged. More piratey. Still too bright, but I guess the rendering will fix that later. Okay, what else we got here? Yeah, I can fit this here. This piece of the keyblade, because it was a different shade and I forgot to go back and color it. Okay. That's good. Now the next layer, let's fit in some of the small guys, the little details. I'm the source of all known energy in the universe. Anyone who has met me knows this. Oh yeah, is that a fact? Kayla says there's this Korean fried chicken place next to the superstore by my work, and every time I go past it to the bus stop, I can smell it and tell myself I need to try it. I've been telling myself this for over a year. You gotta go then! What the heck? I don't feel fatigue. It clubs, you're fun. You sound like fun company. I like you. Malia says, what if you color picked the skull and the key to use for the keychain color? I did, but it's too bright. Check it out. Color picking is messy because it's not gonna have the exact same color depending on your lighting, and because the background I went with a dark blue, it looks too bright. Look. See? It's exactly the same of the color that I ended up picking. Anyway. Color picking is messy business depending on your light source. They're great for flats, like as starters, but when I'm rendering that, I'm probably gonna darken it significantly. It's too bright. Okay. Looks good. Get all those small details. Lynn says, now, very good, more concentrated. I like to see the work moving forward. What a savage. It's like, none of this chit chat. Whoosh, whoosh. Get to work. It's like, bruh. Have mercy. Whenever I see this shade of green, I think of the Scooby-Doo ghost. Was it that bright? I don't remember it being that bright. Oh shoot, I just noticed, you guys. The chain stops. It's supposed to keep going. I'm gonna go back to my line art real quick. Just put that in. Go. All right. Color theory messing with me. I thought the skull and the key was darker. It should be. Like, that's the thing. Like, it looks darker here because the background's darker, right? So that's why. And then on a dark background, look how bright it is. So Master Chief in YouTube says his face, beautiful girl, so pretty, woman. Thank you so much. First of all, thanks for coming by and chit-chatting with us. And second of all, yeah, let me show you the sketch actually, because the sketch you can see more of the shading. I'm not gonna lie, the kiss part came out really nice. Like, I didn't expect that. It's just so emotional. Rika was saying how, like, hot it was. Like, she was, like, freaking out when she saw it. She was DMing me, losing her mind. She's like, this is so amazing. She's like, it's so... So, Amelia was saying that it was incredibly romantic. And Rika was just saying, she's like, this. She's like, I can just stare at this. She's like, it's such a turn on. And I'm like... It's true, though. It's true. It's pretty... It turned out pretty well. I was really happy with this. Super proud that I did that. You know that feeling how sometimes you're just proud of what you do. It's one of those moments. Can't see it as much here because the shading isn't there, but I'm going to, when I do render, I'm going to show that intensity. The Sora skin tone is looking a little pink. I don't know if that's me. Might wash that down. I'm gonna water that down a little, but I think I'm almost done all the details though. Look, so Sora's belt, I like it. Just a little bit lighter. Look at that. Thank you, Chief, for subscribing on YouTube. Appreciate it. I'm glad you're having fun over here. And please do tell me, if you can, how you discovered me in the first place. Did you find me on YouTube from just scrolling around? Did you come from Instagram? Let me know. Let's see. Shork. Hello, Shork. Shork says, subtle, small details. The details are everything. They really bring a piece together, you know? I never answered your initial question. I have not played any Kingdom Hearts games. Oh, no? Is that something you're interested in? Okay, let's continue, and let's see what else I can fit on this layer. Let me see. What I got? Nope, I need a new one. Which is going to be the gold and the silver on Sora, so. Just got that. And you see, Amelia, if you're watching, you see how this gold here looks, it looks correct, right? Look at the color on a white background. Is that not freaking green? Colors are crazy. That's why when it comes to color picking, like, you kind of just have to, like, not trust it. You have to, like, practice and see how colors look next to each other. Let's see. Blue says I think I might have been brought here from another Mermaid VTuber. Sadly, not particularly. That's okay. You don't have to play Kingdom Hearts if you don't want to. I was just asking. But, a Mermaid VTuber. Are you talking about Corky Bug? It's the only one I can think of that would, send me. Wait, am I even coloring this right? Is that part gold? Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm actually her mod. That's so cool! You know, Corky is a bean in all the right sense, which is funny because I actually said I didn't like beans earlier. You said you're eating beans, and I just called her a bean. No, I love Corky. She's so lovely. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, Corky's the best. She supported my comic FANGS campaign, and she commissions me, and she's always like hyping me up. Every time I go say hello to her stream with no expectations, I just go to say hello, she immediately starts yelling like, guys, if you don't know who MJ is, and she immediately shouts me out. Same with Katie. Those two, precious. I think you missed my chats above shorts. Okay, let me check. Thank you for letting me know. What brush did you use for your line art? I used the G pen. You know the G pen that comes with Clip Studio Paint? I used to use the mapping pen, and then for a little while I used a brush pen. But the G pen actually works the best, which is so funny because it's actually named after the actual pen that manga creators use. which is appropriate because I'm a comic artist, so that's how that's the kind of look that I want to go with. Oh, I meant color pick from the skull on your own art, not the reference. Oh well, you colored the skull and his key, and it looks darker. Oh, that's what she meant. I'm so sorry. Okay, yeah, let's go see how that looks. I'll go back. Let me just finish up here. Okay, what layers it? It's right here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that totally works. Let's do that. It's much better. It's not as bright. Definitely better. Yeah, huge improvement. Good call, Amelia. Forgive me. Don't worry about that short. Corky is sweet. She is. You know what? I'll give Corky a quick shout out. I think I gave Katie one already, but shout out Corky. So if you guys... Oh, how come I can't do it? Is it because she's on chat? Oh, I get it. Sorry, I'm a Twitch noob. I don't understand these things. Well, the impressive part is that we are very different in religious views. You and Corky Bug are different religiously? Yeah, I like the color. I'm in ads. I'll wait. Okay, I think we covered all the did I miss anything? Let's go back and see. Let's see. Yeah. It's all covered. Okay, so now I'm going to do one of my favorite parts. I can call it a stream, but I want to just stay for a little bit longer. She's a good egg Catholic, and I'm an optimistic atheist. Yeah. I have to side with Corky on that one. I am also, Corky's Catholic too. Yeah, Kayla, you didn't know? Corky and Katie are Catholic. Or I don't know if Katie's Catholic. I know she's Christian. I know they're both Christian. But Corky being Catholic, are you sure? Eclipse, are you sure she's Catholic and not Christian? Like, you're sure? Because if both the twins, Katie, I believe, because if they're both Catholics, like, you just made me love them more. Christian, okay, because Christian and Catholics aren't the same. Because Christian, I knew they were, but I don't think that. Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't think that. I didn't think so. Wait. He's gonna double check now. He or she. Eclipse, can you like tell me if you're a he or a she, so I know. We share a similar worldview, though. Hold up. No, yeah, Catholic. They are? I have to ask them myself then. I am a he. Okay, I assumed that you were. I don't know why. Your name just looks like a he, but... Interesting. Yeah, even Kayla's happy to hear that. That's so cool. I love my fellow Catholics. Fairly certain. Yeah, I'll double check. I'm gonna ask them. That's so cool. Thanks for sharing that. So what worldviews do you have in common? Because Catholicism and atheism are extremes, like totally on the opposite side. Okay, yeah, so I was gonna say that I'm not gonna go yet because I can in stream now since I finished the flats. I want to do just a little bit of some color differences. Oh, I also forgot the jewel. Silly me. There we go. What did Amelia say? She was behind the ad. She said, yeah, she said I like the color. Yeah, it looks much better. And I said, thank you, Amelia. Good call. Gradients? Yeah, just a few. Not rendering gradients, but like color gradients. Like her hair has green in it, right? So I'm gonna go back to her hair here. And I'm going to add the color. Always love to right? A little bit over here. Oh, the Clip Studio Paint's auto-saving, so it froze on me. Her fins have some yellow too, if I recall. That's correct. That is correct. And her tail is very bright as well. I'm gonna have to fix that. So I'm gonna come in here under tail. Because this is the flat color that's correct, but because of the scene, just tone that down just a little bit. Oh wait, whoops, I colored his undershirt by accident. Let me just tone that down a bit. Okay. And then she has a very pastel yellow, so I'm just gonna go in here. Like that. That in there. Just a little bit here, not much. And then she has some there in her dorsals. Clip says, well, they are on opposite sides on belief in how the world was created nor functions with death. They still can carry the same moral values. I guess they can. Because Catholicism's moral values are quite strict, so, and I just feel like an atheist. Like, I mean, I guess because you're an atheist, you can pretty much have any moral values. You could just kind of pick what you agree with, right? So, I guess you could agree with the Catholic, but then why would you be atheist if you agree with the Catholics? You know? I don't know. It's a tricky subject. We don't usually do that here. We're not going to get too much into controversial stuff. We can talk about it casually, but it does make you think, right? Okay, there we go. And you know, I'm gonna add a little bit of that yellow to her bodice right there, just a bit. And then just like that. Did you guys see my last Ko-fi art? Let me open it, because there's a reason I'm showing you this. So I drew this to thank everyone for 3,000 Ko-fis, and I had a lot of fun with the full, like her tail coming all the way to the top. I've never drawn her like that before, and I'm really into it. That's why I did it with this art. And I want to hear what you guys think of that design. Do you have a set color palette in Clip Studio Paint for your characters? No. Do you mean like, do I have like a specific code where it's consistent every time? No, I don't do that. And then the reason for that is because when I'm illustrating and when I'm coloring, like I said, with the light source and the environment that I usually draw them in, it affects how colors will look. You know, like if you look up in Sora in that shot, right? Because of the way that shot is rendered to look dramatic because of the rain and like the flight or whatever, he's so low saturated, he looks very green. That's not how the colors are all the time. Your environment affects how colors look like. Like even now, right? This pink is a lot brighter, but currently there's kind of like a purple undertone to it because it's dark in the room. So with my characters, it doesn't have to be like to a T accurate, as long as you can distinguish what the color actually is. Like looking at me, you can tell, even though it doesn't look like totally pink, you know what pink that is. So in this scenario with like, with the colors changing, like the Keyblade's keychain, for example, where we were working on the skull color, like we know that because they're skulls, it's white, even though it's colored in a really dark gray, because of the environment, we can tell that the keychain's color is white. So no, I don't have like an exact color. As long as you can tell that her tail is seafoam and yellow, that's all that matters. And with my other characters, with Hunter and stuff, it's the same thing, you know, with every scene, because color can depict mood, theme, you know, like in this case of Sora, it's intense, there's a fight scene, It's, you know, it's a drama, it's a dramatic scene. So things are going to change. So as long as Hunter's hair is always gray, silver, that's all that matters. While I may not believe in any god, I believe in the people around me. Yeah, but you don't... True, I mean, like, I believe in people, but I don't worship people. Right, there's a difference. God isn't like a person. Kayla says, MJ, can I ask who your favorite saint is on stream, or should I DM you instead? That's a good question. I don't know if I have a favorite saint. I have a few in mind. I never... That's a really good question. I don't really have a favorite. I mean, the one I turn to the most is Mary, if that counts. I just feel like that's such an easy answer, though. You know? But if you're interested, if you're genuinely interested, I can think about it and get back to you on that one. But my initial answer would just be would be Mary. Oh, but I also like Peter too for founding the church as well. I like the scene. I like that whole moment when Christ gives him the permission to do that. But anyways, I'm not gonna go into too deep into that. Yeah. What have I missed? Hazy, yeah, no, we're still here. We finished the flats. I'm just adding a little bit of gradients right now. How was work? Kyle says, I believe in God and my relationship with him and the reason I have a strong moral compass. That's all I will say here. Thank you for sharing, Kyle. I appreciate that. Boomer says, yeah, totally. I love hearing other people's favorite saints. Okay, then I'll think about it and I'll let you know. No one's asked me that before. That's so cute. So wholesome. Used to be Christian. My favorite saint to this day is Elmo. So used to be Christian. What changed? Len says, you're not receiving my comments. I mean, I think I am. If I'm not reading them, sometimes OBS doesn't send me every comment that people write. It's actually really frustrating. Every time I rewatch the VOD, I see way more conversation than I'm actually seeing. I don't know why. It's just how it is. So again, that's why I always encourage that if you guys want to support me, you can send a tip and Ko-fi will read your message on stream for everybody to hear. Work is work. Got several more hours. What time is it over there? Kayla says, that's why I wasn't sure if I should have asked on stream. Haha, whoops. No, that's okay. Totally. That's fine. I don't mind and talking about, like, religion and stuff like that once in a while. I just don't want to get too into it because I'm in no means an expert. That's just not what I do, you know? Like, I think about these things, I have my own opinions and everything and all of that, but I don't want to be, like, a voice for these kinds of conversations. So, like, if it's casual, it's fine. But I'm not the person to, like, get, like, strong arguments or serious stuff. 9 p.m. I get off at midnight. Okay, so it's the same time over there as it is here. Dang, that's a late shift. I started to realize that a majority of my positioning was based on curiosity rather than belief. Okay. Well, you know, me shamelessly promoting my religion. Catholics encourage curiosity. It's actually it's a good virtue. Christ encourages you to question and to think. Kayla, yes, absolutely. It's a second shift I refuse to do overnight. It's a second shift. That's so funny. Okay, guys, where was I? Also, I also noticed I forgot. I always forget some line art. I forgot line art on his coat here. So, yeah, there's a couple more. Thank you for the hydrate, Z. I'm gonna do that in a second. Just. All right. And I think I might just do gradients on his jacket. Just because I hate looking at it while it's so dark. Or I mean while it's so gray. So I'm just gonna quickly get in here. and just apply some basic stuff. Okay. You know what? I'm here. Let me just do his hair as well. How does the color look on here? It's like a red undertone. Interesting. Interesting. It's cooler. Yeah, that'll do. I don't know. I don't like the contrast. That looks weird to me. Undo. Do I want the red? No. Purple. No. Maybe it's too saturated and that's the problem. Sorry guys, I'm like trying to figure something out here. That works. I like this low saturated magenta. Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking up while I'm testing this because my monitor and my tablet, the colors don't match. So sometimes I'll look up to see, like, to make sure they look good on both to get the best result. Oh, I just noticed I forgot another spot. So the gold on his jacket is here as well. On the edge. Okay. Let's see. Make no mistake, whatever your alignment may be, the Bible is a good read. It is! It's a great story. It's inspired so many people and so many different stories. Actually, one of my favorite things about the Pharaoh Atem is that his lore was very biblically inspired, which I love. I know it's like ridiculous because he's Egypt, but I always like to headcanon that he's Catholic, which it makes no sense. But my brain will do mental gymnastics to find a way. Bobo says, speaking of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, speaking of, we're not talking about that, Bobo, but you can bring it up if you'd like. How far did you get the last time we chatted? I'm pretty sure I haven't played since. Haven't had the opportunity. Pillar says it has some very interesting plot. Yeah. Plot isn't the best word for it, but the word I have for it is in German. Haha. Yeah, it does have an interesting plot. I mean, there's like a lot. Yeah, it's an epic story. I may have just created an... Oh, I love the different outfit for the ArtSiren. Thank you, Z, for noticing. Been playing with that lately. I may have just created another piece for you, MJ. It's more Pirate Queen with two of her hubbies and Kaiba being jealous. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have to know. Tell me more. Tell me more. If not in here, tell me in Discord or something, or an email. Brookram says the greatest love story of all time. It is! It's wonderful. The ultimate act of love. Yeah, you know what, guys? I think here's a good place to pause. Though, wait, there's one more thing I want to do. So I have the sketch here, so I can see her lips. I'm going to quickly just come in here. And quickly just put in the shape. Okay. Needs to be a little paler. Okay, looks good. And there we go. It's looking good. We did end up finishing the flats. Look at that. I'm probably going to finish this off stream because I wanted it done in time for Mermaid. And I think this is the last... No, the last stream of the month is going to be the 31st, so I technically could, but it's just last minute, you know? But we'll be working on something else. Mermaid lipstick. No, it's lip flesh color. Hello. She's so silly. This one is silly. But this was a blast. Did we have fun? I had fun. I can't believe how much we... You know, my favorite part was talking about Silver Fangs as long as we did. That was fun. Just sent the idea to you on Discord. I will be checking it out as soon as I have the opportunity. But this was fun. Guys, I love talking Kingdom Hearts. I love talking everything. So many topics. And I love it. It's just always so exciting. It's so much fun talking to you guys. Like, seriously, my chat is the best chat. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. Sorry to disappoint if you're a creator too. My chat's best chat. It's the best stream. Get it? Like a water stream? Best stream. Silver Fangs, Kingdom Hearts, Purple Mario, we tried a lot of stuff. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. I'm obsessed with this one. Like, just ArtSiren and Sora look amazing. Thank you, thank you. It's gonna look so good with the lighting in the back. Look at the... Whoa, what'd I do? Yeah. There we go. It's gonna be... I'm gonna go for this effect. Wait, where is it? Right? Because it's very Kingdom Heartsy, but obviously I'm going to add a little bit more water texture and all that stuff. But yeah. Now I need to play Kingdom Hearts. I love yapping with you. I love yapping with you guys too. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. If you like Disney, I don't see why not. It's fun gameplay. Go for it. So that'll be all for me today. Again, don't forget Silver Fangs. Read it if you haven't already. And yeah. I don't really have anything to plug right now. That's it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you like it. Yeah, this looks awesome so far. Can't wait to see the finished piece. I know. I know. So exciting. So exciting. Oh, guys, start thinking about what the next goal should be. Okay? We need a new goal for next month, so we have to do that soon. So, yeah. Anything else? No? That's it. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye.